RX-7 shot, my bad. You're nowhere close to the camera, by the way. There we go. What up? Hold on, I gotta rig this mic too, so talk to the fatty over there.
You got a fucking banana split too.
They can't see that.
Yeah, but once you start eating it. Oh man. Hey, what up? What are you guys up to?
Give me a second.
Not shit. We almost died. Story time.
You did not almost die.
Almost died from a tornado.
Freaking child. You ever seen like when the leaves get rustled up when like the air goes by? You know,
Last
like
time I fell off a roof.
Something?
Remember how I told you I fell off a roof?
Yeah.
It's because I was trying to get up on top of the roof.
Was it a shed?
No, it was a roof on the shop at Izzy's old shop. Oh, yeah. It's because I was trying to get up on the roof to check the weather and see if it was gonna be a fucking tornado because I was scared. Yeah. And then I fell off the roof.
All right, we're a little bit behind as normal, so I'm hooking up the sound and everything.
Feeding your face again, dude. I already ate, but I wanted them blizzard.
Yeah, but you didn't want to go get it because.
Nope.
It's too complicated.
When I was like, I don't feel like driving over there.
You're such a child.
What if there's a tornado?
I won't be able to pick your fat ass up.
Shit.
All right, see if the sound gets better. There we go. Give me a second.
It's probably worse.
Still pointed at you.
They thought it was funny.
What?
Could have been a tornado. It's like the scariest shit ever. It's like, so I don't go in the ocean, dude. What if a damn shark eats me? I don't belong in the water. I don't belong.
Where do you belong?
I don't belong near a tornado, that's for sure.
But I can't figure it out.
Definitely don't belong near a tornado. Goddamn naders, that's what I'm talking about.
It doesn't let me go into. Oh, there we go.
They, like over here in Colorado too, they don't even have like sirens.
Yeah, they do. It just wasn't close enough to you.
Dude, it was 5 miles away. It was legit 2 minutes
You know what?
north.
It probably did. It touched down and was like, no.
God, why didn't the sirens go off? Because there wasn't a tornado.
There's no sirens. I don't think there's any sirens. Because in Iowa, when they get like any type of tornado thing, like all of them go off in town and even like out of town.
All you gotta do is get the futon mattress.
I'd have
go
been
in the
here,
bathroom.
welding up a manifold. Damn building would have got ripped in half from a tornado. I didn't even know what was going on.
Oh my.
You imagine?
Dying in a tornado?
No. But like just taking a shit. Damn building just gets like ripped apart because there's a tornado and you never got a notification.
We should go in the tub.
There's no bathtub in there.
Just get the futon mattress.
That's what I'm saying. This building would be like the worst place to have like go through a tornado. Yeah, in Iowa they go off for everything. They literally do. Like there's like a decently bad thunderstorm, they go off. The sirens.
Oh really?
Yeah. Well, because there's like a tornado warning and then a tornado watch. Like a warning is like it's touched down and a watch is that like it could, like there's a possibility. And like in Iowa they go off no matter what. Like if it's a watch or a warning, they go off during the watch. I mean, it sounds scary as shit too.
The sirens?
Yeah.
Better?
I doubt it. I mean, it's probably a little better.
What do you mean you doubt it? Than the regular mic?
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, it's probably better.
What the hell is this? I got
Yeah, I need
peanuts
to
on
include Poppy Redneck in vids. Are you talking about Wyatt?
Poppy redneck.
What up?
Get over here and turn it down. That way you can see what you're eating.
Oh yeah, Wyatt.
Get that gut in the picture.
Which Holley? Something else that we found out more about the Holley. I don't know. So Cleese made a
That's
video.
one of the things.
Cleese made a video. Slack Mechanics 2 made a video. It definitely comes with the harness. Just they don't have the picture for some reason.
Ah, thanks for checking for that.
I
No
didn't
shit,
check.
that's what I
I
said.
didn't check, but why the fuck is there not a picture on it?
I don't know.
Why'd they
You
change the
should look
picture?
into the
Why'd they
instructions.
change the picture to just the ECU and the little dash? It looks like I'm gonna get bamboozled for $1,000.
Is that how you learn things? You just look at picture books?
Well,
If it
dude,
doesn't say the picture,
I've been screwed
It
before.
can't be there.
I got fucked on Amazon for $40.
Oh my
so,
god.
I don't know.
You screwed yourself on Amazon.
He's gonna be telling that story like 2 years from now.
I know.
It is a good deal.
Amazon's terrible. Yeah. No, that was one of the things that we were going to go into
Yeah.
without needing Cletus to explain it to us.
It does include everything, but yeah. It's a good ass deal.
It's an amazing deal. Better than most people are going to utilize it.
It's cheaper than basically anything else, even close to it.
Yeah, but a lot of people are going to start trying to rationalize the price by saying, oh, you don't get this, oh, you don't get that.
What don't you get?
Well, we'll go through it later. God damn it. Stick around, I'll go through it. We were talking to the engineers and we got a bunch of questions answered.
Does it have the self-tune? Oh yeah.
Give,
Sorry, asking questions.
give us a second. We'll go through all of the Holley stuff. That's like one of the main topics that we're going to talk about today.
Hurry up and sit your ass down then.
I'm trying to get situated. I'm
I don't know
sorry.
you jumping my blizzard.
That's because you're fat.
Looking Sting.
So am I.
Civic LS looking Sting. You were talking about, dude, I lost like 13 pounds in the past month.
Move it or lose it, sisters. Move out. Move.
Fat is the new skinny.
I don't think that's how that works.
That's how that works, for sure. It's like how in Colorado the left lane is the new slow lane.
Is that? Mm-hmm. Back up. So I had all of these notes written down because I really wanted to talk about a bunch of different things. And I didn't realize they're on my phone, which I can't look at now. So we'll try to go by memory. Brilliant, I'm telling you.
You get an A for the day.
Yeah. E for effort.
A
Okay,
for effort.
well, actually, so let's talk about something else before we get into that because I want to make sure more people get in here so I don't have to answer the same questions 30 times. Because I know there's a bunch of people that were asking about the Holley stuff. Ours is going to be here on Tuesday, so we'll be able to put it in the truck and do some testing on it.
It's coming that fast?
Yeah, we'll be here Tuesday.
I thought they were on like back.
I'll mess
order.
around.
Well, I'm glad you got that figured out.
Did you go through any of these comments? Blah, blah, blah.
No.
At least somebody noticed it. 2 spinny boys. Feeding your face again. Yes. Max is laughing because he's jolly. Can you really be behind if you're always behind? I like your style.
Who said that?
I'm right on, right as expected. Matt's in here with DNR Auto. Actually, so that's the first topic that we're going to bring out. I'll go through a lot of these comments here in a second, but I wanted to right off the bat, because we did kind of clickbait the shit out of that with the picture.
Yeah, who
That is-
authorized that?
I did.
What picture?
The picture to the stream. The picture I was taking.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant something with DNR Auto.
No. Well, this has to do with DNR Auto. Okay, so
Oh.
long story short, I mean, a bunch of people have helped out with the car. Don't get me wrong, this isn't, there's a bunch of people that are all involved in this. I mean, namely this dude, for one, helping out a shit ton with it. But there's other people that we don't really mention very often. Pang got us a lot of our parts for great prices, helped us out. He powder coated the wheels for us. Just to be right. Justin from NCC, No Corners Cut, is helping us out with the radiator stuff that we're going to be doing. He's got some stuff he's going to help us out with. And then who's the other person that I had that I wanted to mention? I got Pang. Oh, Bora, of course. So Bora helped us out with the motor. Dude, Bora helped us out with a lot of shit, and always does. He's the one that did the whole build on the truck. We did that whole build over at his shop, and so he's still helping out on this one too, which is awesome. But the new person that's going to be helping us out is DNR Auto, and we approached him with we were thinking about changing up the turbo setup. And so originally the idea was to keep it as similar as possible to the truck. But the one stipulation.
It wasn't like the full idea.
No, originally we were going to duplicate the setup.
yeah.
What are you talking about? So same turbo, same gate setup, same motor. But we veered from that a little bit, and because there was one stipulation that Tanya wanted to have a hood on it. We didn't want to have stuff sticking out the hood, as little as possible. I know we're gonna have to make a little bit of trimming in for the throttle body, but for the most part, wanted it to be more presentable looking than the truck. And we just can't do it with that single turbo that we got. The size of the turbo, the housings, it's just, there's a lot of room in this engine bay, but not the room that we need to make that turbo work. It's very shallow top to bottom. It's like deep, plenty of room in there,
on the
plenty
sides.
wide. But it's just, if we put that turbo anywhere in the front area that we have to work with, it's going to be just sticking completely out of the hood, and that's one of the deal breakers for us. So unfortunately, we figured next best thing would be to go with some small twins. We mocked up, he had some twins laying around from the RX-7, another turbo that he just uses for mock-up. And so we played around with it a little bit and ultimately made the decision. And so we went to Matt at DNR Auto and asked him, what can we get into some twins for? And so he's very much associated with VS Racing. And so he hooked us up on some twin, basically 35Rs, or GT35s basically, 61 millimeters. Like the old school GT 35s were 61 millimeter. So we're going to be using twin 61 millimeters.
So 1,500 horsepower, here we come.
No. And so that's the thing. That was one of the other things that we wanted to bring up. Is the turbos are capable of so much more than we're going to use them for. But there's two things that I guess we can say about that. Is one, we're up at really shit altitude. So you do have to turbo up a little bit to make the same amount. We're not going to be able to make the same boost as those turbos will make, down at sea level. But when we go down there, sure, we'll be able to make more power, but that doesn't mean we will. That's the nice thing about turbos. We can go down there and just match our boost that we run up here, and we should be able to predict exactly how it's going to respond, minus some ramp up differences.
Yeah.
So.
But that's the thing though.
I don't think it's going to hurt us on spool time up here.
Yeah, but if you guys ever do want to go super serious with it, more serious than what it's going to be, you guys have room to grow with the 35s. So, because even up here, those turbos probably make 12. You probably make 12 or 1,300 up here with those turbos.
I don't know. So we are going to use T3 housings. So I don't know when that's going to start being an issue. We're not going to use CO2. For the setups that we do, I'm kind of against using that because I want to know when exhaust pressure is becoming too big of an issue, so I want it to push the gate open. So we're going to be using 4-port solenoids, but if we decided to just shut, or go 100% on the solenoid and try to run max boost in those things, I think they'll push open the gate before we make 1100. I don't think it'll make anything above that.
I bet those turbos would do over 20 pounds here.
I bet you
and they'd probably make 1,200 on 20 pounds.
I don't know, man. Those T3, the housings are pretty small. I'm not sure. We'll see. I mean, or no. Oh, actually, no. We probably won't see.
No, yeah, we'll see.
So
See-
I mean, it
see
is
what
going to
I
be a
did
stock
there?
motor. We'll see.
We're
We'll
gonna
see
max
what
the
happens.
bitch out.
Maybe end of season sort of YOLO thing. I don't know.
You got Gen 4 rods, dude. You be alright.
We're gonna have it end of
doubt
season if we move to Texas.
No, you're right. There will be no end of season if we go out there.
Yeah, how's that work?
You just
People
keep
in
racing.
Texas, your car's just I'm gonna get it done this year, and it's what the fuck are you talking about?
That's
Dude,
why it's
race
great
all year.
to see. That's why it's great to have two, because you just you can fill in the gaps. Anyway, so yeah, that was the one big announcement, I guess, is switching this thing over to twin turbo setup now. They're going to be twin 61 millimeters, thanks to Matt over at DNR Auto. Yeah,
He's got the pricing, and
yeah. If you guys want to get the same turbos,
he's
so
a dealer for VS Racing.
right,
Yeah.
exactly. You
So
can get
you guys
any
need
VS
some
racing.
stuff.
If you want the big ass turbos that they sell, you want the small ones.
One of them One of them S480 bad boys with
Yeah.
that billet wheel.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of people are running them right now, and they seem to be having good results. So we're giving these a try as well. I mean, they are very. A lot of people will probably bring up the fact that, like, oh, well, I can go on eBay and get these, eBay 30Rs or eBay 35Rs. What's the difference in them? So one of the things that we brought up was the ones that he got. We had a local guy go through them, balance them. They needed balancing. Or
Mine
you didn't
aren't
do that yet?
balanced. No, I haven't. I'm not gonna.
Well,
I was
we're
saying
not
if
gonna.
you got them because you don't like eBay turbos.
I don't like breaking
They,
shit.
So the eBay turbos aren't balanced very well, so they fail prematurely because
Right.
of it. And so
And we
you don't want
talked-
them to fail. You just get them balanced.
Right. And we talked to the guy from VS Racing, Viren. I don't know if I don't want to butcher his name, but we talked to him, and he assured us they balance them before they send them out. So that's not something we're going to have to worry about here. If for some reason you get one of those eBay turbos, just expect to send it to a guy to get it balanced. I mean, you can't be. I know they're really cheap when you get them, but it's dude, it's worth it. Just do it.
yellow it.
Don't yellow it. Don't listen to this guy. Anyway, so yeah,
They're hit or miss sometimes, to be honest.
going with the twin setup. I've never done a twin setup, so we'll see how this goes.
Some twin turbos.
It was really her idea in the end. I mean, she really wanted that hood not to be hacked up with a big old turbo sticking out of it. I don't know, that just sounds fun to me.
I don't like that Liam style.
That Liam style is what's up.
You gotta show people your bulge, dude.
Everybody's
No.
doing it.
You gotta show them your turbo bulge.
the Liam's the way to go. Okay, I got a shit ton of comments that I gotta go through now. So I apologize if it's
Go faster.
Go
been a
back
while.
up too far.
I haven't looked at any of these. Okay, blah blah blah. ST, Iowa. Oh, okay, you did already go through some of these. Hayden is a baby. Max, I agree. Saw the video today. It includes everything. Oh, you're talking about the Holley stuff. Okay, yeah, we'll talk about that in a second.
Yeah, we were done talking about that.
The what?
About that part, dude. Your fucking damn ice cream's like melting.
I know, I've kind of given up on it. I feel bad about it.
You can let that thing
Wasteful.
just suffer.
Okay, here.
I can't eat
You
it.
answer fucking comments, and I'm gonna eat some ice cream.
Okay. Where are we at? Didn't even look at the thumbnail. That went out the window. I saw
You didn't even look at the thumbnail?
Greens.
Wait, what did Matt said that went out the window? What was he talking about?
Who's that cute blonde to the right? Anybody here even have fucking blonde hair?
You have blonde hair.
I have brown hair.
Your hair is blonde.
No, your shit is like dirty blonde.
Yeah, we're fucking crazy. You're both colorblind. Yeah, see? Even Matt said, you got Gen 4 rods. You're fine, 1,200 horsepower.
Matt, don't put that evil on me. Don't you do that.
Hey, he started it. Jake said that we can start now that he's here. Max said, gonna look great.
Thanks, Jake.
Chris Farley is in here, said, sup, boys?
What up?
Why not swap K-Series rear-wheel drive?
Are we back on that?
Yeah, I don't know why we're back on that, but yeah, for how much money you're gonna put into it, the LS will yield more results.
If I want a motor that will stand up to 1,000 horsepower, motor to motor, I think the benefits lean more in this direction. So this is the way that we went.
Yo, Mike, what's going on, dude? You get your Civic ready yet, or are you still waiting to do a cage and stuff in it? They go, she likes to party. Jake goes, she ain't about that bulge life.
No what?
She ain't about that bulge life, the turbo bulge.
Oh, yeah. There wouldn't be no bolt.
Making an exact copy to Liam's setup went out the window.
Oh, yes. Yep, that did. It went out the window with.
Oh, dude, this is why there's
You
no
need to have the
fucking
hood
comments
intact.
loading.
What?
You paused it.
I didn't pause anything. The comments still go even when the video's
Yeah.
paused.
Oh, do they?
Silly. Yeah, you just skipped a shit ton of comments. That's all.
No, I didn't.
That's okay.
I saw Hayden in agreement. I didn't look at the thumbnail. These are all.
Well, a lot of comments I didn't read.
Where do you went through them?
Oh,
I already watched these ones.
why didn't you
Or should
read
I say
these?
thick?
Why didn't you read these?
Dude, that's like in Arabic. I can't read that.
Sorry for the person that commented in another language.
Oh,
We
yeah,
can't
so
read
this
that,
dude-
and it doesn't have instant translate on it.
Yeah, this dude says, yeah, they're saying they were all cut up, but this dude's saying, have y'all seen Ryan's RSX 2LS turbo engines, one in the front and one in the back? Yeah, I like that front wheel drive training on it. I'm actually friends with that dude on Facebook, as I'm sure he's got like 5,000 friends, but yeah, it's pretty cool, I guess. I don't think it'll ever be done, but yeah.
If it is, I mean, it'll probably be fun.
Jake says,
That's
so
pretty cool.
I missed it. What twins are we going with?
61, the VS Racing 61 millimeter.
GT35s.
They're basically GT35s. Journal bearing 61, 62. Yeah, that thing. Some little spinny things.
Oh, this dude's saying the transmission is still unknown on that RSX. Dude, I'm pretty sure it's just a front wheel drive, like, what's that van setup?
There's Cadillacs with
A front wheel drive
shit,
LS?
too.
Yeah, it's just a front wheel drive tranny. Dude, there's nothing secretive about what he's doing. People have already done it before.
Yeah.
At least I don't believe. I don't know any other front wheel drive tranny that they would hook up to it, to be honest.
Well, yeah, so
It's stick shift? What?
I don't think it is. I thought it was automatic.
I thought it was an auto also. I'm pretty positive it's an auto.
In that case, I have no idea. It must have done some adapter to some other training.
But it doesn't look like it has an adapter plate on it though. I don't know, weird.
I haven't looked.
Impala's only one I know.
Impala also, well, I
You
take
get
that
it from a
back.
stick shift?
No, Cadillac too. Like Dave Cho's old car.
Yeah.
Remember that front wheel drive piece of shit?
Yeah, they
Or Chata?
fucking sprayed the nitrous through and blew it up. didn't
Yeah. So there's other transmissions also.
they? Yeah.
Cause that one had an old.
That's why nobody knows. He
No,
said
that
he
one had
will
a
reveal
North
it
Star
next time.
motor in it.
Dude, it's a stick shift? I don't know. I just don't believe the hype of people, dude, to be honest, because, like, it's probably nothing super special. A Saab transmission? Yeah, that sounds like it's going to break right away.
No, Saab shit. Well, depends on if actually Saab, like old school Saab, it should do okay. They made some pretty beefy shit. I don't know. I'm not really very involved in that build. I don't know a whole lot about it.
Yeah, it'll
Looks
be
cool, but
it'll be kind of similar
why
to
didn't
that green twin engine setup. Kind
Yeah,
of.
which is okay. Yeah.
Yeah. This dude says, my one main question about the Holley deal is what's the point of having the one bar built in and then still using a map harness? Couldn't that be built in map but used as another input output?
Wait, what?
Like why? So like it has the blue plug that plugs right into the ECU for like a one bar map sensor.
Yeah. If you're
But then
gonna
you
be
can
all motor.
also, yeah, that's basically what it is. It like makes it easier for an all motor setup, right?
Yeah, it was just convenience for them. So, and later on, one of the guys there said there is a plan to possibly have that be an option later on. I'm sure they wouldn't. They're not advertising it, is what I'm saying, but they may have an option later to have a larger onboard sensor. So you can, before
pretty
you
cool.
order it, be like, hey, I want a
Want a
3
3
bar,
bar?
I want a 4 bar on here or something like that, and have it be on board. But it is kind of not really an issue because they still have the pathways in the ECU to use an external map sensor. So that's just how they rolled it out right now. There's a lot of things that are going to change about the ECU as it goes on. That's how it is right now.
Yeah, well, that's also kind of a good thing too. I think I convinced that Shondi with that GTO to get one,
Nice.
and then we can have you tune it that way.
No, it's great.
Good.
I think people are gonna. I mean, we can get into that if you want. We already caught up on all questions.
Yeah. Well, DNR Auto saying you could take that extra harness out and it could save more money, but I mean,
Well, you
it
can right
seems-
now though.
Yeah, but I mean that's another thing too. Is like how much is it going to save you? It's already so cheap. All you can do knock $20 off for the
Well,
harness.
and that's the thing. So the way they have it right now, you can't split that up. So, you know, it's an awesome package deal, but I don't. You're going to start losing value in each item because they're not going to sell the ECU for $100 if you decide to, you know,
Yeah.
take away the harness and the dash. So you start losing value in each thing that you take away. Like the harness itself,
Oh.
if you buy it retail, is like $650. But if you take that away from that deal, if they decided to allow it to be parted out,
They're
still
saying-
going to take
no,
off
no.
like $300.
So I guess he meant that's why it's so cheap. Wait, what? I'm so confused. If you take that extra harness out, I don't know. Yeah.
You're killing me.
No, well, that's what he said. He said because they took the extra map adapter harness. It's okay. How's the tuned Fairline? The Falcon?
Yeah.
It's good, minus our dumb wiring issue. But oh no, and then someone said too. They said who will drive the Civic LS?
She's gonna be driving LaShonda.
We haven't 100% been okay on that name.
No, that name.
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? It's the best name in the world.
I mean, it is the best name. I just,
It's hilarious.
Yeah, Matt, it's all good. I'm sure we understand what you're talking about. We're just confused.
Yeah, we don't.
Civic.
No, wait, who said that?
Max.
It's not gonna happen. Stop trying to make it happen, Max.
The Civduck. Civluck.
Duck.
No, like
Lashonda.
Civic with a truck motor.
It's stuck. That's the name. Jake said, "Did you get the electrical issues figured out on it? On the Falcon? No, not yet.
Dude, stop.
I haven't had a chance to look at it, and I just got it back up here yesterday. So, and then yesterday I spent a decent, basically the whole day getting the RX-7 back to the shop too. So, yeah, I didn't get much done yesterday or today. I was working on manifolds today, so have not looked at it.
Because you took that nap?
I took a fucking nap today.
Yeah, I also talked to you for an hour and a half on the phone.
You did not talk to me.
Dude,
he
make
talks
me
to you
pull it
more
up.
than he
Pull up
talks
that
to
call
me.
log. It was like
Dude, I bet it was over
38
an
minutes.
hour.
You talked to
38
him
minutes.
more than you talked to me, though.
Dude, it was definitely over an hour.
Incorrect. Don't go back too far, because
Where's
other
the
days
call?
we.
This is text.
Anyway,
You got two daddies now.
I remember. What we got going on here?
Oh no, yeah, it was 50 minutes.
Haha, I was off too.
Still. Liam
Yeah.
and Lashonda. Oh shit.
Liam and Shonda, that's what I'm saying.
Lashonda's pretty damn good.
Although we don't have good
That's
luck
pretty
with.
good. I just don't like girl names.
Yeah, we don't have good luck with girl names. So luckily, LaShonda identifies as a man, so we're all good. Anyway,
You got a trans car.
yeah,
I mean,
the Terminator X.
That I was gonna say that dash actually doesn't even look that bad. Like you could mount that where mine is, and I wouldn't even be mad about
No,
it.
it's fine. I mean, you display what is necessary.
Because
on
like
there.
it shows you RPM.
Yeah, I underutilize.
What else do I need it for?
Airfield, any like alarms, but you can set those things as small.
You take care of that shit. I don't need to look at that.
That's not how that works.
That's how
but-
Holley works. Holley's just like, oh,
Yeah.
you don't need to look at your airfield. I got you.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
See how that goes.
Should work good, right?
Yep.
You just set fail safes.
But no, it is really good. So I mean, if you can live with a couple of things, the Terminator X is freaking amazing.
What are the things though? Oh no, it's just funny. Mike, this dude's like, don't assume Lashonda's gender.
See, that's what I'm saying. I don't know. It will tell us at some point. But the name is LaShonda.
Why? Because she's black?
Huh?
she's the black independent woman.
She don't need no man. All right. God damn it. Let me
Y'all
get through the
fucking
let me
racist.
get through the Holley
You're
crap.
racist.
How much is the Terminator X? It's $1,000.
It is $9.99. If you don't need transmission control, it is $9.99. $1,000 bucks. DNR Auto sells them. No, so there's a couple of major things that you have to deal with if you want the Terminator X to work, but these are the same things that these are the same things that make the price actually that affordable. They had to take out some actual hardware stuff, but I mean, in my opinion, it's all stuff that people do not use with Holley, or at least 90% of people don't use with Holley HP. So,
Fuck.
if you had the HP ECU, oh, you failed.
I accidentally locked it.
Yeah.
2222222.
Oh, okay. Succur. So if you have a Bosch O2 sensor, I mean, so you can only use a Bosch O2 sensor. That's one that they advertise. That's a pretty big thing. But it's a very small thing for most people because most people don't buy the expensivest crap NTK sensor.
I don't think even most people even know that you can do a different sensor on it.
Yeah, we usually look at it and say, wait, why is NTK $250 more? Well, and then they go the Bosch route. So a lot of people don't do that. I don't see that as being a huge deal. The new 4.9 Bosch sensor is still actually pretty good. It's fast. Hopefully it stands up to the test of time. But so the downside is you can't use an NTK. The downside to the 4.9, unfortunately, is that if you wanted to use that sensor on, like if they give you a little adapter, if you wanted to use that on your car that has HP with a Bosch sensor, it's a different Bosch sensor, so it won't work. So that's kind of a downside. But how many people are really worried about like going between two cars? Not many, so not really a huge deal.
Maybe they can just buy an extra sensor for $100 and some dollars.
And that's the thing, they're not that expensive. Like if you had to go out and buy a spare, the NTK sensors are $270. That's a rough spare.
Dude, I just still can't get over the fact that it's a $9.99. It comes with the harness. That harness alone
Yeah.
is $400.
So no, it's like 650
No,
on their site,
it's
isn't it?
400.
Oh, are they lower?
It's $420. I'm being serious.
Somebody look it up.
I ain't fucking with you.
Oh, got my phone.
Look it up.
I'm being serious. I just looked it up the
I
other
know.
this
I know
morning.
you're being serious. I just think you're wrong. Anyway, so the other, I guess, downside is the dash is kind of small, but it includes a dash. So that's the thing. There's, the HP
From Holley, $420.95.
is probably this the right one.
LS1/624 or whatever you want.
That's main harness. The injector harness isn't with it.
Wait,
Does it have an injector harness with it?
why would they do that to me?
Because it's okay. Maybe next time.
That's stupid.
So
Why wouldn't they include
well,
the
I looked this
injector
shit up.
harness?
Like, there's a reason why.
Oh,
I looked
V8.
it up.
Oh,
I
yeah, it's
promise
an
you.
extra 127. Well, damn, that is pretty expensive.
So very expensive. I mean, if you add up the price of the dash, so the dash is $255. You want to guess me on that one?
Dude, how do they do that?
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Basically
$255,
buying a
$650
dash and a
basically.
harness and you get an ECU
You get
with
ECU
it.
for free. Exactly. So anyway, the other downsides to it. Okay, one that I am kind of pissy about, but I don't think it's going to be a huge deal. The boost builder function. If any of you guys have used either the Dominator or the HP, there's a boost builder function in there that you can retard timing, add fuel, set a target boost while you're on launch control. This is all based off of an input, which you usually use the trans brake as the signal. They said that's not going to be there. It's not really a huge deal because if you want to retard timing, add fuel, do all that stuff, the advanced tables are still available to you. You have a couple of 1x1 tables and bigger advanced tables. I can't remember how many cells they are by, but anyway. You can do the same thing that the Boost Builder did with those tables. That's actually how I do my launch control right now too. If I want to retard a lot of timing, I do it in an advanced table. The only thing that I use the Boost Builder for is to have that target boost during launch control. But that can still be solved because you're going to have your boost table set by a
your
time
boost
or
control,
whatever.
right?
So your initial boost level just needs to be whatever you want it to be while you're on launch control. So pretty simple solution.
Yeah.
So that's not really a huge deal, but they took that functionality out of it. So those are two things that did actually take away some hardware. The main one is the NTK. That took away a lot of hardware that was going to be expensive. The other thing that I really don't think anybody gives a shit about is you can't do low impedance injectors. Also, not really a huge deal because there's so many high impedance injectors available these days. Injector Dynamics, anybody that's using a small frame Bosch or a small frame,
Pencil style.
yeah,
That's what they call them.
all of those are going to be high impedance, and they go all the way up to like
Snake eater.
250 pounders or something like that, which is a lot of freaking fuel, especially for a V8 setup.
Get you some of them snake eater injectors.
Snake Eater makes a 250 pound injector. We tested out their 210s. They were very controllable, so I figure. Anyway, long story short, there are really great options for high impedance injectors. So again, they took away some hardware to make the ECU cheaper
Yeah,
by
shit.
taking away shit that nobody uses.
We don't even use it.
I
we don't
mean,
use
very
any of this
few.
shit.
Yeah, very few people are going to be using a Holley HP and using like a Moran injector. Like billet atomizers and stuff like that.
Jake's saying, couldn't you still run a resistor box?
Yeah, I think you can. So it specifically says do. So I don't usually listen to Holley when they say don't do this because usually you can do it in a way. And that's one way I agree. As long as your resistance is what the ECU is capable of running with, you should be fine.
Just matching the resistance.
Right. So I can't imagine why you wouldn't do that. But I mean, what scenario would you do that in? There's so many affordable options for a high impedance injector that you just you don't really have.
Yeah.
Don't go using DSM 450s. Don't you do it.
Don't go full YOLO.
There are very, very cheap, affordable options out there that do well.
Yeah. Because how much are those 1500s from Snake Eater? Like $350, $400?
Yeah, they're pretty cheap. I think they're
Cheap for 480.
Yeah, we can look on their website. I think it's like $45 an injector or something like that. Don't quote me. I'm not sure. Just go on Snake Eater Performance website and actually look at their prices. You will be amazed at how cheap they are.
This dude said I'm about to LS swap my bicycle.
There you go.
Shit, it'd be probably pretty easy to do it.
Yeah. Well, somebody
Listen
on the
to Holley
internet, as soon as you do it, the first picture that you post, somebody on the internet will come by and be like, "Copy, bro." Anyway.
Yeah.
So, those are the two main things. Not having separate pathways in the ECU to deal with high impedance stuff and the O2 sensor. So it's a good chunk of cost that they took away from the ECU. The other thing is, it's not a potted case anymore. So like the other ones, the board is in this metal container and then it's epoxied in. to keep it like weatherproof. They still consider this one weatherproof, but it is a bolted together ECU.
So you got a seal around it?
Containment, yeah. So, and then they have a coating on the board itself to protect it, but it is a less expensive ECU setup. Those are the downsides. There's not really a whole lot else that is a super awful downside. You still have 4 inputs and 4 outputs, just like the Holley HP. Some people were seeing it as a downside that if you buy the one that controls transmissions, that you can't repurpose those inputs and outputs. It's kind of like a workaround, like you buy an ECU for $1,400, but if you repurpose all of the ins and outs for the transmission control, then you basically have like, triple the amounts of inputs and outputs that the HP has.
And like you're saying, so like
you can't reassign those functions though.
Oh, so they're only for transmission. You can't.
Right. You can't go into the menu and say and don't get me wrong. You can repurpose. You can reuse functions, inputs and outputs. So for example, I do my bump box through the nitrous purge output. For some reason, Holley deemed it necessary to do PWM. You can actually pulse your purge. I use that to interrupt the signal to my trans brake. So you can repurpose outputs. You just can't say, okay, this purge output, I want it to be like a 12 volt output instead of the PWM ground. You just can't reassign the pins to do different things.
Which is kind of dumb though, because like.
Well, it's not. It saves money because you don't have to have multiple functions for those pathways.
I guess that's true. So it makes it easier. So they only have to have.
Yeah. So that's why a lot of ECUs, even other ECUs, there's only
so
so many PWM outputs.
Yeah,
that you
it's
can
not
do.
even like a software thing. Like it's a hardware thing.
It's a hardware thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
And that's what
hardware.
they had to slim down on to get the price down to what it is. I still cannot believe it's as cheap as it is. It is amazing. But
Chris Farley says there's guys running greenhouses on Holley Dominators.
dude, I believe it. When I went to the AEM, when AEM Infinity first came out, and we went to the training school on that.
Yeah.
They had a bunch of AEM Infinity boxes controlling all sorts of shit in the shop. It was hilarious. Like
what?
We were walking through their shop, and they were just pointing at things like, "Oh, that's actually an AEM Infinity box." Because they can code them to do whatever the fuck they want, so they just had them do a bunch of different things.
That's funny.
Running machines and all sorts of stuff.
I want to do stuff like that.
So yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if somebody had that shit running on Dominator. But yeah, so I guess for reference, I mean, I don't know how many people follow the truck, the Nissan truck closely, but everything that I do in that truck, so boost control, nitrous control or scramble, like a boost scramble or a nitrous output button, bump feature, launch control stuff based on a secondary rev limiter or on a secondary rev limiter based on the trans brake input, and then also availability for speed, front wheel speed and rear wheel speed, which I don't use on my truck, but we want to next year, so that we can set up a kind of rudimentary means of traction control. The Terminator X can do all of that. That's how good this freaking deal is.
Yeah, and that's where I'm also basing it off of, that they're still using like the same feedback and all the closed loop functions.
That's right. I got an
As
answer on
Holley.
that. Yeah,
So they're exactly the same.
exactly the same. It is the same processor as the HP, so computing speed is going to be identical.
Makes me feel like I got ripped off. Even though I bought,
I bought
mine
one
2 years
too,
ago.
dude. I know.
I mean, it was 2 years ago, but
Yeah.
still.
And that's
That's
the
what's
thing.
so crazy is like in 2 years, like in a year, technology gets outdated so fast.
Well, and this one,
Something
it's
new and
it's
better is
funny.
like the jump from like the next thing, like the old version is like so big to the new one. It feels like
But here's the thing.
That's a
they
huge
didn't
price
do,
difference.
But they didn't do anything new, and I think that's why they're able to go so cheap on it. So it's not like they brought out this new product that was, vastly different and faster and different hardware and shit like that. It's the same thing. They trimmed it down.
just repurposed it.
They just trimmed a couple of things down. Granted, it's not as simple as that, but you get the idea. They didn't redesign and start from scratch on an ECU. They basically took the HP and said, what do we not need? And just ditched it.
Yeah,
And I think it's a great decision.
yeah. Terminator also uses all the same plugs. Yep.
Yeah,
so like we
same
could just
plugs.
plug it right
So-
into.
Yeah.
I mean, well, there'd be no point for us to go from an HP to a Terminator, but yeah.
No, that's what I'm going to do though. So to test this out, it's supposed to be here on Tuesday, so we probably won't get to it until the following weekend, maybe even the following. I really want to mess around with it and do a video for you guys, but we'll see how it goes. But I'm going to put that in my truck. My truck is already wired up for HP. I'm literally going to take that ECU out, plug the Terminator X in, and it should literally start right up at that same calibration I can load in there.
Then nothing should change.
No. I'll go through the parameters and make sure that everything lined up, because I will have to use a new software, which I hope they were supposed to get out by the end of this week. I didn't check to see if they ended up getting it.
Yeah, this dude's saying like, like he was being 100% serious about the greenhouses, and this other dude
Oh, no
said
shit. That's hilarious.
a couple of big companies were using Megasquirt to run conveyors and other types of industrial equipment in the early stages.
It's all ins and outs, you know?
Pretty
That's all
nuts.
it is. It's just inputs and outputs. So you could repurpose whatever. And that's why it pisses me off when people will say, I'll tell them, hey, you can do this for boost control instead. So a lot of people told me like, oh, you only, you have to use 2 outputs for the solenoid for boost control. I'm like, why? Why can't you just use 1 4-port solenoid? And they say you can't do it.
That's actually a thing kind of like we were talking about on the Falcon. So this dude's saying, does it have stuff for AC/full throttle cut off and a bump up idle and fans?
Right.
Yes, but it takes up one of your outputs.
Yep. It's going, so, well, those will be inputs, yeah. But if you want to do a pressure sensor on the power steering, yeah, input.
A fan though? A fan is output, isn't it?
Fan is output. So,
Yeah.
okay, so fan based on engine parameters, so based on coolant temp.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a way that we can rig that to go through the dash, but the dash, so they have USB adapters to give you more inputs and outputs, but they don't communicate via CAN to the ECU. So you can do on and off switches controlled by your dash to run your fans, but if you want to do it by engine parameters, like by coolant temp, I think you're going to have to do it through the ECU.
Well, yeah, because that's what
that takes up 2 outputs, or an output per fan.
Output. Yeah, per fan. Yeah.
So, and that's the thing. There are some sacrifices. I have my fans running all the time. That's why I'm able to retain the inputs and outputs that I have.
Yeah, and that's why I did mine on the RX-7 like that too. But the Falcon isn't going to use anywhere near all the outputs that it has.
So we used an output. For
yeah. So the Falcon one does come on at whatever we tell it to come on at whatever coolant temp. So.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's this amazing ECU that's going to do everything for you. You do have to get clever with it. But what I'm talking about is input and output, like getting clever with them. You gotta organize and prioritize your inputs and outputs. So, for example, with the boost control thing, Holley recommends and says that you must run 2 3-port solenoids to use their boost control method. I am proof you do not need to do that. A 4-port solenoid will be able to max out whatever turbo setup you do the same way as 2 3-port solenoids. And Holley still outputs a PWM signal and uses it for target-based boost control without dome pressure as well. You can tell it to use the map sensor as its reference for target boost. Yeah. So you have a 4-port solenoid instead of a 3-port. You save an output right there, and then instead of using dome pressure, you use the map sensor value. You save an input right there. Like you gotta
be smart about it.
Yeah, you just gotta know how to use it. Now, on some cars, you might have to change the PID settings a little bit. In mine, I didn't have to. I just did I went through and did a good base target table.
PID?
It's the feedback loop.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this dude's saying like, don't they make a CAN bus splitter though? I thought they.
Well, yeah, they do,
Yeah,
but what I'm saying is
what you were saying earlier with the dash, right?
Yeah, but I don't think you can. I don't know. I'll have to play around with that and see if,
What's not the
we
thing
can
then?
do that.
So like even if you had the Terminator X and then you had like the actual dash, like where we have the big one,
Right.
you could add some inputs outputs to it, right?
You can add some inputs and outputs, but the problem is I don't think you can turn the fan on based on the coolant temps reading on the dash.
Like you'd actually have to like touch it and like turn it on?
Yeah, you can create a switch.
Yeah,
so you can
on
just
the
turn the
dash
fans
so you
on
can
the
turn-
dash.
okay.
I know you can
I
do
see.
that. I'm not sure if you can base anything to happen based on parameters.
So it's basically just a switch, like a switch you could put
It's
a
a
wire
switch,
up and put
yeah.
on your dash.
Yeah, people that have like whole switch panels,
Yeah, it's
when they get a
basically what
dash,
that is.
it replaces all of that because you can set up switches for everything.
That makes sense.
Yeah, virtual switches basically. But I don't think you can do virtual parameters.
Yeah, see, this dude's saying you could use a Honda fan switch to ground a relay to power the fan at 195.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah. There's tons of other ways
Yeah,
to do what you
they
need
probably
to do.
have aftermarket ones that like a sensor that will have it come on at whatever one you want. You can probably just select it.
In most cases, I'll be honest with you, I just run my fans all the time because I have a thermostat in it. In almost all cases, it's going to heat up, to the temp that it needs to heat up to. It's probably not going to cool down unless it's like absolutely freezing outside. It's not going to go below because that thermostat, when it's closed, it recirculates, at least in LS's, other cars may be different, but it recirculates that coolant to go back into the motor to keep it warm.
Yeah.
So it hasn't been an issue, but yes, there's tons of different ways. You can do it manually, or you can do it by just a regular thermal switch. Y'all can get clever.
Damn, I don't even know what this dude's talking about. Can the HP do virtual parameters? What's that mean?
The HP can do so.
Virtual?
I'm assuming you're saying so like if you create a math channel to where you want to take the result of one sensor and the result of another sensor and multiply them together to create a virtual value. Yes.
Yeah.
If that's what you're saying. So like if you want to get slip ratio, so the difference between front wheel speed and rear wheel speed, to give you a slip ratio and then base a timing retard off of that slip ratio, yes, you can do that in the advanced tables.
Yeah. Which you should theoretically be able to do in the Terminator also, right?
Yeah, Terminator, same thing. Oh.
Right? Or
yes.
is that one thing that it won't? No, yes, it has advanced tables, right?
Yeah, it has advanced tables. So the problem is that the tables are limited though, so you do need to be careful about how many tables you're using just to get a value, and then if you're even able to use the value. So
Matt's like laughing my fucking ass off, math channel.
That's what they are. They're math channels.
No, I know.
You multiply when it gets done.
Well, yeah,
So
like it has a whole bunch of conversion things, and that you can basically add like your own conversion to it, whatever you want.
Absolutely.
And
You could,
basically
and
do
that's what
any
they call
function
it.
you want it to do, and then name it whatever sensor you want it to be.
Right.
And have it reference whatever you want it to do.
I got really disappointed in AEM, and I don't know if they've changed this since. I did a couple of Infinities not too long ago, but I haven't had to do any math channels in the AEM. But AEM pissed me off because they had this awesome software and this great, hardware that was advertised to be faster than any other ECU, even faster than Motec, but their firmware was garbage.
Yeah, and Holly's like, hold my beer, bitch.
Yeah, Holly's like, oh, you're 40% off? I got it. You go ahead and keep pulling on them. But
40% correction, never heard of it.
dude, 40%. You won't even see it on the freaking graph. It's great. But AEM, the thing that pissed me off about it was that you could create math channels. You could create virtual values, but you couldn't do anything with them.
You got all people riled up about the math. What the fuck? They're all fucking... Max is all... Tanya has the same face I'd have right now, except she probably understands this mumbo jumbo better than me.
Dude, Max, you understand that shit.
And then Jake goes, I've been drinking too much for math. and then Matt goes,
That's why you let Holly do it for you.
Matt's like, I'm the only one watching that doesn't know what a math channel is. Then Max, I don't even know what
Dude,
math
really?
is.
Wait, math channel is what got everybody? The original question, he said a virtual value.
That was Chris Farley who said that.
Right.
He's been the one that's been asking like all the high tech questions on the.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So math channel got you guys, but you didn't get tripped up on virtual channel or virtual whatever he called it. Virtual parameter. That's like way more scientific than math channel. You guys are crazy.
Why don't you just run a whippet? You mean like a whipple?
Like a whippet?
Or a whippet, like killing brain cells, like
I was
Steve-O whippet?
I was thinking like the
like where you do the cans and you just
Matt also is a kite. Who knows? That's why you weren't making sense earlier. Why not use a supercharger? Virtual parameters was good. This dude goes, I want to put a turbo on my 1978 Chevy truck. It's jacked up on an 8-inch lift kit in 35s. Let the predecessor do it.
Do it.
Do a carburetor setup on it, dude.
Do it, pussy. I didn't mean that in the nicest way.
Max, I'm not high or drunk, just dumb.
That's how I feel.
Math channel.
Max, do you remember all of this? I know because me and Morgan came back.
What's that mean? What's a whipped supercharger?
Whipple?
Whipped. I think he must be saying whipple, but it keeps autocorrecting.
Yeah, autocorrects him.
Yeah, whipple supercharger. I don't know, they sound cool.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah, Chris Farley's all making me feel all smart and shit.
God, I had to dumb it. I thought I was dumbing it down by saying math channel after you said virtual parameter. I'm like,
these nuts on your chin is the best math possible. Love them manifolds. Thank you very much.
Jaeger.
Thank you. That's funny. They got all hyped up about all the
That's
math.
hilarious. Dude, that is my favorite thing about how versatile certain ECUs are. If they enable you to do a math channel and actually do something off of it, great product. AEM doesn't let you do that. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah, why is AEM struggling so hard?
I don't know. They got this great hardware.
They need
but
to- they need
just,
to-
I mean,
they
how
need
many
to
years has it been now?
They need to snipe some of the engineers from Holley.
I know, right? Holly's like, dude, I don't know. We got this feedback setup going. I mean,
I wonder who's the main driver behind like that whole feedback system.
Well, and that's the thing. So Morgan Orchard actually, he did a lot of fiddling with his car on AEM, messing with the PID settings, and he finally got some good settings in there. But I still just don't see it being as good, even when we mess. And I know we got like the wideband stuff and the boost target stuff. You got it pretty freaking smooth on there, and it works pretty good for AEM. I still think the Holley is just better with the factory PID settings too. It's I don't know. It's pretty amazing. Maybe it is a hardware thing, or maybe it's a firmware thing. So the way that the ECU is going about completing the tasks, maybe AEM just I don't know. Maybe Holley's got a simpler.
So what's
more elegant
firmware
program.
compared to like software? Is it just like a different type of software?
Software's yeah, basically.
Okay.
Software's what you're using.
It's firm and not soft.
It's firm.
Oh, okay then. Did you guys see that fucking
Jesus
meme?
Christ.
That fucking meme of the bent rod?
No.
Dude, you
Oh
guys
no,
haven't seen
I
this
did.
shit?
It's another porn one. You like those?
Dude, they're fucking. Dude,
Yeah,
it's
that's
so
why I didn't see
fucking
it.
funny. You haven't seen it, dude? It's fucking
I
hilarious.
haven't seen anything.
What was that? No, that's. I don't give a fuck about the porn.
You forget, I don't have like, oh no, I did see that one.
Dude, it's
Yeah.
so fucking funny.
Every guy is like, oh.
Where's she
Here,
bouncing?
show 'em. Let's see if they can see it on
I'm
there.
sure everybody's seen it.
The
Oh,
camera's
it's
over on the
not gonna focus.
left. Oh no. It's not.
But
Alright,
anyways, it's a
my
bent
bad.
rod and says when the go back in by itself.
Oh man. All right.
That's why I said back to him. I was like, oh fuck.
Turbos just make better power for the money. Yeah, I think it's a more efficient means of making power. But man, once you get to a certain level, they all do pretty freaking good. I mean, you saw what at that what's that radial race going on right now?
Dude, a leaf
One of
spring
those
car
duck-
did freaking like fours.
Yeah, well, Supercharger went
Oh, I don't know about that.
359 or 3 something really freaking fast on it. Turbo car went like 100th faster than him, like 357 or something like that.
I'm
Crazy
sure they
fast.
could get the charger car to do it though. The
Yeah,
supercharger.
probably. Yeah. I mean, it broke the record first.
Yeah, I don't think it's a power thing. think it's
You still going down there later? What is that? Kyle
They're
Burke's-
probably gonna say like down where and then some joke probably. So down where?
down where?
Down these nuts, motherfucker.
Ayo. No, that's not. That wasn't very good. It better be better than that.
Well, yeah, I was
I
just
got-
saying.
I got a
something about-
Holley 750 double pumper with a high-rise dual-plane Holley intake. Hot damn.
Oh yeah, man.
I don't know anything about carburetors, man.
Literally
I'm sorry.
no clue. All I heard was double pumper.
I'm sorry.
That's all I heard too, but I thought of it in a dirty way.
I've heard some talk about the difference between dual-plane and
All I know is another term for it is like the Venturis or some shit that it has.
we're so
Right?
carburetor dumb. It's insane.
What's so crazy
I
is
watch,
like, dude, I used to think carburetors just dripped fuel into the bolt, like into the intake,
More or less.
and I was like, well, yeah, I know, but they still like the little circle things on it, like it like squirts them and like sprays them out all crazy.
Yeah. Hey, get out of here.
It's like it still like atomizes it a little bit.
Civic's looking good, bro. Thank you, Rick. Hello from Australia.
Oh shit.
Love the Falcon. Very popular here. Oh, no shit. That's a popular car out there, huh? Excellent.
Dang. I bet it is. Huh?
See,
They
you
put
don't
the-
even like the Ford Falcon, and there's guys over in Australia being like, you
I
don't even
like
know
it.
what you have.
I like it, but it's also a curse.
You do like it? Well, finish it the fuck up. Finish it up. Lock it up.
It's here. It'll be here with you all weekend.
Firmware.
You can work on it before you sleep.
Firmware, hardware, software. Yeah, exactly. There you go.
Firmware,
Except, well,
hardware.
I'd say hardware, firmware, software.
Yeah, hardware, software. Wait, what?
I don't know. Ice cream soup. Yeah, I know. My shit's. I waited.
Wasteful.
Yeah,
I waited
you've
too
done-
long. I don't.
Fucked it.
The full peanuts kind of weirded me out anyway. Aren't those normally
Well,
crumbled up?
yeah, I didn't think that they were gonna get full
Did you go to
peanuts.
7-Eleven and just grab a pack of peanuts? and
No,
you're
she
like, "There
goes,
go."
do you want nuts? And I was like, sure. And she goes,
Did you giggle before?
No.
before?
I would have.
she said pecans or...
Pecans?
Pecans
Oh, shit.
or...
You want some pecans?
Peanuts. I thought they would come crushed, and she gave them to me.
My grandma had a pecan tree in her front yard. We used to always eat them.
Yeah, you
Some
like
of them
them
had
nuts,
bugs
huh?
in them. Anyway,
Ew.
can't read, but oh, okay, yeah, he saw it. Jake laughing. Yo, I'm new to the car scene. What does SOHC and DOHC mean?
Single overhead cam.
And dual overhead cam.
Yes.
There you go.
Did you have to think about the second one?
No, I was just
Oh.
waiting. I was gonna have him answer it. I was gonna say something funny,
Max
but I
said
couldn't
Sweet 16.
figure out like abbreviations. The only thing I first think of was dick.
Your paws are all wet. What are you doing?
I saw your eyes go.
Max said Sweet 16. What is that in reference to?
I don't know, Sweet 16,
The
the TV
race
show.
that's going on right now.
Oh, yeah. You're right. Man, I don't know.
Damn, she knows more about the race car shit than we
Dude,
do.
it involves money to watch it, so I'm out. I'm sorry, but you make freaking races like that pay-per-view. I'm out.
Oh.
You got enough sponsorship money going into there.
It's a private, like.
Yeah, you cannot. It's not live streamed or anything.
Yeah, they must be like
behind a
super
paywall.
stingy about it. Like they probably don't let people film or like record it.
Oh yeah, I mean out there probably. I mean people are still putting up videos and stuff. That's why we see little things. But I don't know. I just not a huge fan of that.
I'm surprised Wyatt's not in here yet.
Charger cars don't top end like turbo cars, which is kind of crazy because the boost just keeps going up with a supercharged
It
car.
just still feels like I don't know why, but I feel like they have to spin them so hard that the intake air temps are just ridiculous.
That's what confuses me actually, is why we're having that kind of. The hell is that all about?
No clue.
Out freaking out. He probably
Look
farted.
in my hand.
He
and
probably
then,
farted and it
oh,
scared
I
him.
think he might have thought Lucy was getting something to eat.
Oh.
Oh no, he
Oh,
farted.
no.
He farted.
Oh, nice. There we go.
Was that him?
That was him.
That's what he does when he farts.
Oh man.
Dude,
Yeah, he
it's like
scares
that.
himself. Yeah, he doesn't know what's going on. There's stuff coming out of his butt. He's worried.
That's so weird.
Hayden, I bought a 65 Nova wagon. Do you think a 632 blueprint engine big block will fit in it with some lube?
Dude,
Oh man.
you got a friggin' sawzall and a welder. You make anything
You
fit.
make anything happen and some lube. I mean, that's always there
And
just
some
in case.
washers for spacers.
Chris Farley said, "Oh no, I already read that one. Crap. Your knees got him. Oh wait, what was the joke? I can't remember. See, you gotta
Down
do it.
there
You gotta do it
on your
quicker.
knees, like down,
Just gonna-
down there.
All right. Okay. I'll give. Okay. B minus.
This is so funny. Someone from the live chat is definitely like just sent me this. Here you go, you big fucking baby. A pacifier with a dick on it.
That's awesome. Oh yeah, it was Chris.
Oh, wasn't it Chris
Yeah,
Farley?
I said- no, Chris. How do you say
Oh.
your last name? Delesk?
Yeah. Sent you a good meme.
Deleski? Delesk?
Yeah, his thing is my car is slow.
Dr. Hertz? Who Dr. Hertz, Matt? Let's see. Max, superchargers have such a nice curve, but turbo for the win. Yeah. I do agree. Morgan says it's like a drunk girl pissing. AEM feedback is? Or what are we talking about?
what?
What are we talking about here? I don't know. God damn
Never
it.
seen a drunk girl pee.
I'm terrible at this. I don't know. Probably.
Takes him fucking forever.
What?
No.
No, it comes
No.
out like a fucking.
Oh, dude. So
I'm saying like the
Fire
whole
hose.
I
overall
was gonna
trip.
say like a balloon. Oh, letting water out of
Oh,
yeah, letting
balloon.
water out of a balloon.
Or just go.
It's just
That's such a weird reference. What the fuck?
it's so terrible. Anyway, gross. Jake said I was thinking about your what hatred of carbs. I don't hate them. I just know absolutely nothing about them.
Well, it's like,
As
why
I
would
was
you even put a
rebuilding my
carb?
bike's
It's like
carbs
those
last weekend.
dudes,
Made me chuckle.
those dudes who put a carb on an LS. Like, you literally went backwards.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, but some I don't know. I'm
Backwards.
not,
I'm not saying you can't go fast, but you went backwards.
I like to find a reason for everything, you know, and try to understand somebody's reasoning of doing
Wait a
that.
minute.
But
Go.
that's a tough
Go.
one.
Go.
Rick Salerno says, "What is your favorite car?" That's a big question.
My
That's a broad
RX-7?
question. Yeah, I'm pretty fond of my truck.
Like, I wanted
my
to buy a
God.
GTR last week. Dude, it's probably Lucy.
Dude,
breath, to
no,
be honest.
no, I was ripping them.
No, he's all the way over there.
I'm
Oh,
telling you, it's
maybe it's
probably
in.
Lucy's breath.
Oh, it's
No,
Lucy's
it's
breath.
not.
It's Lucy's breath is stinky.
Yeah, it smells like
this
shit.
is poo. Oh, it's probably his.
His breath stinks.
Yeah. Anyway,
But yeah, no, I haven't wanted a car like more than I had my RX-7, so, or more than I wanted my RX-7. I was gonna buy a GTR this week though too, but I mean,
And then I
got
ruined it.
over it.
I
got
for
over
him.
it pretty
He
quick.
You ain't gonna buy shit for one.
Dude,
As
if
soon
he
as you
found me
see
one,
that
dude,
payment, you're like, oh no, never mind.
well, I already know what the payment would be.
Yep.
But dude, if he found me one for that cheap,
30
such a
grand
good
for
deal. It's a good deal.
crazy.
That's a good deal. Dude, you tell
That's
me
okay, so
who wouldn't buy a GTR for 30 grand?
40 acres
Dude.
out east for 20 grand is a good deal, but that doesn't mean I have 20 grand to go spend.
Yeah, but that's the thing though, is people will spend way more than that on the new STIs. They pay like that much for a WRX. Tell me you wouldn't have a GTR instead of like a stock WRX or a stock
Well,
STI?
yeah, that's retarded, but I wouldn't buy either because it's just too expensive a car.
I'm just saying people
You could
do
have
it all the
something
time.
like that.
It's
for
better.
less.
It's better than an STI.
It's not better than an RX-7 that
Or
looks
an
like a
Evo.
doorstop.
Well,
Burn,
yeah.
burn.
I mean,
Burn.
that's all right. The doorstop's still gonna gap your ass.
It's really not.
It's gonna.
And then Tony's gonna make both of us look terrible.
My car should weigh about the same as hers.
Yeah, pay for live
Probably not,
stream.
actually.
Yeah, it is. It is really ridiculous, man. I mean, maybe we should just start putting this thing
How
behind,
much is it?
behind a paywall. I don't know.
Is it a lot?
I didn't even look. Somebody said pay-per-view, so I instantly thought it was like at least 40
Like
bucks.
50, yeah, that's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Just make people pay like $5.
Dr. What? DR Hertz. DR Hertz. You need a stroker motor? I don't know what that means. Falcon is amazing, dude. I really like the Falcon too. Everybody that likes the Falcon, dude, I'm right there with you.
It's pretty cool.
It is. It's super fun. You got. I mean, you gotta.
Shouldn't even
You need to
ride
go
in it.
for a ride in it. Yeah,
No.
it's fun. You put your foot down and you're just
Don't
like,
want to rip the tires harder though. Like rip it in first hard.
Yeah, do it first. Nail it. Good thing you mentioned the bad about AEM. I was looking at AEM for a possible standalone replacement of my stock ECU. Well, okay, so there. I mean, there's sometimes it is the best option. They do have a lot of plug-and-play harnesses for certain motors. It's a decent ECU. It's gotten better than it was when it initially launched. I wanted to throw mine away when it initially launched. It's gotten a little bit better now. We've had some sex.
Dude, your brain is so funny. Like that one intro. We
I
had some
was ready-
sex. Who the fuck are you
Some
talking to?
success. God damn it.
Oh
I was
shit.
looking at.
Well, he got something on his brain or some shit. Oh fuck. He got fucking.
I'm so bad at talking. Why am I doing it? All right. We've had some success.
Had some sex.
Jesus.
Holy shit. Solid. Solid AA wrong.
Carlos Martinez, he said, you still want a GTR, don't lie. Yeah, I mean, you probably
Dude, he
does.
literally told me if I buy one, he has to buy one. He's literally, if we both, one of us gets
buy
one,
one?
we're gonna get one, yeah.
I thought he wants a Supra.
I hate you guys so much.
Dude, I ain't gonna fucking live forever. I gotta do something fun.
I think there are better cars. So, what would you buy it
I
for?
want
Would
to
you
test
buy it
one
for fun?
first,
Would
though.
you buy it for
I want
fun?
to test drive one first. I've never even ridden one.
Would you buy it for fun, or would you buy it to go as fast as you possibly can?
No, I'd buy it for fun, to have fun with it and enjoy it
I
daily,
don't
it,
think
make
they're that
YouTube
fun.
videos.
Never been in one?
No?
don't
I've
think
never
they're
been
that
in one.
Really?
You don't think they're that fun?
No. That's what I'm
No?
saying. Like, they're awesome if you want to go as fast as possible because they're efficient. They are badass at what
I ain't
they
got
do.
fucking $100-some thousand cash to put parts on it to go that fast. What the hell?
Well, then what I'm saying is there are more fun options.
I can't even fucking build my RX-7.
Well, that's a more fun option. Why don't you concentrate on that?
But I can get finance for that GTR easy.
Oh, this fucking guy. All right. Jake said, people like carbs because technology scares them. It's different, so they stick with what they know. Throw a computer into the mix, and people lose their minds. Yeah,
That's true.
no, I think that was the one excuse that I was going to make with people
Yeah.
that put a carburetor on an LS, is that
Yeah.
it's what they know how to do. So I get that. If they don't have anybody, they don't want to pay somebody to tune their car on an EFI system, and they're perfectly capable of doing their carburetor themselves, cool, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
It's like Wyatt's dad.
It's when people say that they're better, though. If somebody says
Yeah, they're not better.
that, oh, EFI is not more efficient, you're high. You're on that good stuff. Martin Pierce says, how's the RX-7 coming along?
Well, it's here, so that's a good thing, right?
That's a big step. Jake said, I feel like a 30K GTR would be the equivalent of a $300 Civic.
No. They
As
have
far as
like,
the condition is what he's saying, I
no,
think.
they actually look pretty
Clapped,
nice.
yeah, hashtag clapped.
No, they don't look clapped.
Max said, agreed, Jake. Cheap for a reason. Damn,
You guys
there
are
go
a
your
bunch of
dreams.
fucks, dude.
They're your dreams.
Yeah, it's like my diesel, $3,500,
Yeah.
and the thing's had less issues than
Drunk
yours.
girl.
Doesn't
peeing
look
on
as
your
good.
dreams. Johnny said RX-7 update, dude. One will
Soon.
be coming up soon.
Tomorrow, maybe.
It's here. What are you gonna do an update of? It's
Fucking just
it's
us
here.
picking it up. It's just a vlog
Oh
of us
yeah,
picking
that's
it
right.
up.
Okay, I got you.
Just a vlog of us picking up me jacking my knee up.
Silly.
I was trying to like stop it as it was rolling out, and my knee got like wedged under it and like lifted the whole rear up.
Kyle said IX aren't impossible to overcome for, or you probably meant IATs, I think. Aren't impossible to overcome for superchargers.
Yeah.
They have cooling for all. No, absolutely.
Oh, dude, I was gonna say, there's some company that makes a
Leroy's intercooler.
kit that like
I don't
converts
have
your,
to look at Leroy's intercooler because I have the same one.
but like it.
Sorry.
No, but there's like some
Point of bitterness.
company that makes this kit that converts your AC, and like instead of running AC on your car, it just uses the AC pump and like uses it as an intercooler setup. Basically, instead of air to water, it's like air to AC, and it like freezes your fucking.
The demon?
So, I don't know, something like that. There's some kits that they make like that for the LSs where it just
Oh, so
hooks
the-
up. They give you a kit that hooks up to your AC pump,
Yeah, I think the
And
demon
it-
does that. So
and
I
it
thought
cools the intercooler.
I thought about that a long ass time ago, and somebody was like, "That's stupid." I hate it when that happens.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking it too. It's like, oh, that's stupid because normally AC makes more heat than coolness, but
No,
The motor's not hot.
It's your
Yeah,
No,
you're
no,
trying
it
to-
makes sense. You're cooling stuff down. It's fine, but it's also being run by the motor.
yeah. But yeah, so that's what I'm saying. It's weird.
Matt, I'm just not as eloquent as you, man. I randomly say words. I don't know. Maybe.
Was he laughing at
maybe
you?
there's some Tourette's or something going on in there. Yeah. Yeah.
It's okay. This is what keeps it interesting. You don't know what we're
I
going to
said
talk
that
about.
escalated quickly.
I don't know though. We were just talking about the bent rod earlier, so
Dude,
I
I
mean,
think so. I was like, you giving out sex. God damn it.
you got some of that sex over
I
here.
got some of it. I like keeping cars as error correct as possible, so I would be iffy on putting non-carbed engine into a vintage car. I get what you're saying. I know some people are like that too.
Yeah, but then there's also it goes both ways though, right? Like there's a lot of people who pay more for a car that has an EFI setup on it. Mm-hmm. For sure, 100%.
That's a big one where that's just two different types of people. Who wants it to be nostalgic? They want to feel like what it was
If it's
when it was
all
new.
original, if it's completely all original,
Yeah.
and someone hasn't fucked it yet, then yeah, that makes sense to put like the original motor in it with the carb and all
I
that.
get it there. That's the
But
experience.
if it's already
that you
been
wanna
like
have.
all blown up and like all this shit, then what? You're not gonna hurt the value of it.
I see both. Like if you have some, so if you have an old
Like truck?
GT40. No,
Yeah.
so imagine a GT40. You would want to know what it felt like to drive that thing back in the day. Original motor,
So I just saw a video
original.
of some dude that had like a 69 GT500.
Okay.
Get off.
You pooping in the air?
No, not him. Caps.
Oh,
Look, it's raining.
he doesn't care. Let's see. Hayden. Oh, Jake said, I get to drive one at PPIR this summer. Pretty excited. Oh, nice.
A GTR?
Probably. Yeah. Nah, GTRs are boring. That's what I'm talking about.
Who said that? Hey,
Tapio.
I talked to Nick Eggers and he told me they're the shit.
Whatever. They're the shit at doing what they are supposed to do, going really fast.
Yeah, but
They're very good
you
at
tell
it.
me it wouldn't be like a good daily?
No, I drive a Honda Fit as a daily. I'm not
Think it'd be
really
fun?
I'm not into fun daily. I'm into dailies that don't cost me money, so that I can do shit like this.
You scared? But what if I had both?
If you had both, then I guess you're balling out of control.
I'm gonna fucking build a trailer that's low as fuck and then hook a hitch up to my GTR and pull it with the RX. Pull the RX-7 with the GTR.
You're
everybody off.
retarded.
Why?
That's it.
Be clickbait as fuck.
Let's see, what GTR? You could find a really nice R32 for 30 grand. Yeah, those
That's old school.
R32s have gotten way up there. I would prefer
Well, yeah, and I
an R32
probably,
over an R35.
I don't think you could get approved for a loan like that though, because it's so old.
I think there's some banks that actually
Might do
will
it.
evaluate certain cars that have that
That's true.
known value to them. Buy a crash GTR and LS swap it. Oh, the hatred.
Dude, Payne selling his makes 1,300 horsepower.
Yeah. How much? Right in your ballpark?
90K.
Oh yeah, no big deal.
Let's
Dude,
go.
Why do you want to? You're crazy.
Well, I'm gonna ask him if he'll take me for a ride in it before he sells it.
You want to ride in a GTR?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you know someone who has one or what?
Yeah, there's a bunch of people that have GTRs that'll come by.
Up here north? I know a dude too, but I don't know if I want to ask him yet.
Yeah.
He ain't trying to get my fucking.
Anyway,
Yeah.
LS motors are reliable. Yeah, I agree. That's why we use them.
Just change
pretty
up
sure
and
Steve's
with this-
GTR wouldn't be boring. So,
Yeah, but that's the difference though. I'm not gonna. If I were to get one, I wouldn't go crazy with it.
yeah. Well, and then, okay, and so Jake, that's not what I'm saying. This is what I said a long time ago. When the GTRs first started coming out and getting modified, I said that is the most boring looking 9-second car I've ever seen in my life. It looks boring as shit. GTRs don't really start getting interesting until you get into like the mid 8s. Like it's insane, but that's how good they are at using their power efficiently. So that's one thing I don't like. As far as a fun car goes, I don't know. I think
But
it's
they're
actually
cool,
too
though.
good at what it does for me to like it.
Do like
It's
that
preference,
rolling
though.
anti-leg, like it downshifts all hard.
Rolling
and
anti-lag, I'll put it in that. What do you want to fucking do?
You'll give me that pow pow tune?
Yeah, sure. Not my car.
Can you make it sound like a GTR?
Well, they have feet. No,
Damn it.
can't. But I can make it sound nastier. Yeah. So that's what I mean. The GTRs are incredible. The other thing that I don't like about them, so I give it credit for being capable of going very, very fast, very efficiently. They do it very well. The motors are capable of incredible things. Great design. But often I see GTRs, and not all of them, so don't yell at me, but often I see them getting left. So like on a flashlight start or on a Pro Tree setup, I see them getting messed up pretty
Like
easily.
bogging.
Or
Yeah, launch
spinning,
control's
and
not working.
if it spins too much, it immediately shifts into second gear to save the drivetrain. And not being able to stay on launch control for a significant amount of time. I mean, I'm talking like your sweet spot is like 3 seconds. Dude, we made my truck capable of staying on our launch control and on that trans brake for
Forever.
I mean, a really, really long time, to
According
the point
to
where
Aaron-
something would be
According
changed.
to Aaron, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you want to keep using the training for a long period of time, it's probably a good idea to keep the temps down.
Yeah.
But that's another thing that I always see with GTRs is you can beat them pretty easily by getting them out of their comfort zone. They have a procedure that they have to do, and if they veer outside of it, it's hard for many of them to go outside of it.
But you guys are talking like way different than what I'd ever want to do with it. I just want
No, I
like
know. I was just saying
like
in that
max
respect.
maybe I would ever do is like bolt on the 85 and then like still not even like push it all the way to the max, like maybe make 550.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be boring as shit at that.
Hater.
That's just my opinion.
I don't know though. I feel like too I'll probably drive it and be like, over it.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know.
No, they are fun.
I want to drive one first before I
A
get too
GTR is
serious
different
about
from
it.
a Skyline, don't forget. Yeah, I would prefer a Skyline. I would take an R32. I've always wanted one of those things.
Well, you get to
For
ride
a
in
fun-
Tyler's.
Yeah, and I've been in
You still
regular
got that, right?
GTRs, I've been in fast GTRs, and they are good at what they do, but it's not fun to me. I want a fun car to give me something to do, to scare me a little bit.
Oh yeah, well I'm sure the RX-7 is gonna be a lot funner than the GTR.
Oh, dude. Yeah, it's gonna be so much goddamn fun. It already was on the Nitros, dude. This shit was
I'm
hilarious.
just having withdrawals. Fuck you guys. You guys all told me it's slow. Like I've tried to
Oh, it
launch.
was slow, but that's
You'd
what I'm
be
saying.
like,
It doesn't have
"It's
to
so
be fast.
slow."
It doesn't have to be fast to be fun.
No, yeah, it was fun. The only thing that wasn't fun was heating the bottle up because they didn't
Yeah.
have a blanket. on it.
Brendan Gallagher, he said, "Have you watched Texas 2K19 yet?" Yeah.
No.
So, I watched a lot of the video. I skipped through the first round of the GTR classes because, god damn it, every one of them were screwing up.
Dude, they're crashing GTRs like they're Civics.
Well, yeah,
It's crazy.
Oh, they're doing crazy things. Like, okay, so don't misunderstand me. I am I respect GTRs very much. They're doing incredible things. They are cool. But we're talking about fun versus function. And I think you have to go so fast in a GTR for it to be the type of fun that I'm looking for. And yeah, it's just, I can't afford that. Screw that.
Because it's like you're in a bubble.
What?
Like driving in the GTR,
It
like
just
when
doesn't
you're
so
going
good.
fast, like it's
Stable.
just like it's super smooth.
It's super smooth and stable.
Doesn't feel like you're going 150.
Nope. So I'm the kind of guy that still prefers one GTSM to an Evo. I like my cars like I like my women, 20 years and up and full of issues. Yeah, I could deal without the issues, but I do like a challenge to go fast. I do like to, if I'm gonna have an automatic car, I better be steering, that sort of thing. Struggling for traction. It's what I would consider fun.
Shit.
Skylines are like Corvettes here in Canada. I'm kind of with you on the boring part. They're just so good that they're underwhelming. Yeah. To watch, it is all, like, remember when the GTRs first came out and there was only like a handful of, mid-9 GTRs and stuff. Dude, you couldn't, if you were to look at it and not display the time, it would be hard to guess that it was even a 9-second pass. It was so docile.
But it's still a cool car.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I don't know though. I guess I can't say shit yet because I've never.
It's cool. It's just
driven in. I've never driven one.
Yeah.
Or been in one. Like I've never done anything with one. So
yeah.
I've never even sat in one. So I guess I can't really
like
judge
that,
until.
Like that new.
But like when I see a GTR, I'm a fanboy though. Like because when I see a GTR, I'm like, oh shit, there's GTR.
Yep, you're a fanboy.
I like cars. It's like when someone sees the first gen RX, I'm like, oh shit, you see that first gen?
Yeah.
I'll be like, oh shit, you see that CRX?
Shit, you see that doorstop? I like that thing. No, I'm the same way. There are certain cars that I like.
Like old muscle cars, where I'm like, oh yeah, it's cool. I don't even know what that is.
Some of them are
Like
pretty
you
cool.
see that 60 whatever Camaro? I'm like, what the fuck
Dude,
is
I
that?
couldn't tell you a year to save my life.
Yeah.
But there's I guess I don't know. There's certain things. Everybody's. It's an opinion thing. That's what it comes down to. Is how do you want your fun to be?
Yeah.
So like that NSX that I drove, it was a shit ton of fun. I would take the old one.
Yeah.
The
That's
other one
true.
was so good at what it did, and it was so brutal on the launch, but I would get bored with it in no time.
That is true, actually, though. If I think about it, if I could find a place to finance me for like an older NSX, I'd probably do that instead. I need to think about that.
And put money into it because an older NSX probably it wouldn't be quite
Go up in
fast enough
value.
for me. It just wouldn't be fast enough. I would have to put something into it.
Well, but how
but
good
I prefer
are those?
the platform.
What kind of stock, like, what kind of ECU subs can you do on them? Anything?
AM, Haltech, whatever you want. Put a Holley in that son bitch if you want.
Those motors handle decent amount stock? Or no?
Yeah. This one we were trying to get it to 600, but those turbos were too small. I think we made like 540 or
V6,
something
right?
like that. Yeah. So J
It's
series
J-series.
basically.
Yeah.
The grandfather of the J series.
It's an OG.
Yep. No, they're good motors. All right, what we got here? I'll go behind a little bit again. I'm more of a Super fanboy. Yeah, Supers are good.
Super too.
I'm a fan of the Super motor for sure.
But yeah, I'd still probably
Yeah,
take
and
it
I do like the
NSX.
looks. Yeah, no, I take an NSX over a Super for sure. What do you think about the 350Z HR Turbo?
Eh?
350Z
HR Turbo? What's that
HR
mean?
Turbo. I'm not sure. I don't know. Explain. I'm not sure what you're talking about. I mean,
Oh,
no, you
jeez.
son of a bitch.
The motherfuckers are donating money again?
Dirt floor fab this time. What up,
Hey.
homegirls?
Yeah.
Dude, hey.
Dude,
thank
you
you
gotta
very
start
much.
like doing something.
I
when
know, I
someone
need to.
donates Money.
I know. I gotta figure out like something to do every time somebody
They
does
gotta get their money's worth, dude.
a super chat or something. Yeah. Well, I mean, I was talking about sex earlier. Does that count?
Some type of sexual favors.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Tim, you're
Dude.
only $10.
Huh? Did you say only?
Yeah, you're only $10.
Oh yeah, that's all I'm worth really.
Shit, after that banana split,
Do what
I'll
I
give you
can
a
with
fucking,
it.
I'll give you $350.
Dirt floor fab in with the donate or what? I don't even know if I'm supposed to call it a donation. It's super chat. Super chat.
Oh yeah, they probably don't call it a donation.
I
'cause
didn't
it's like
read-
some type of weird.
Yeah,
thing,
I didn't
huh?
read the rules, so I'm not really sure. But dude, I appreciate it, man. I love it when somebody does that shit. Not just for the money, dude. I just get excited when somebody like.
That's pretty
you know,
crazy.
Yeah.
I think
It's
that
fun.
someone would
I gotta start
care
doing
enough-
something. We are. We're
That
gonna.
someone would care enough
Right?
to want to donate any type of money.
It's so awesome,
To even think about it, it's
Yeah.
nuts.
dude. Yeah, I really appreciate it. All I want you guys to do is watch videos, but you're over here going above and beyond.
Overachievers.
Right? Dirt 405's overachiever. I gotta get in
think I've
there.
heard of
do you
him
ever do
before.
any live stream? Yeah, no. I've been watching some of his videos. I was wondering if he was doing
Dirt
any live streams.
I wonder if I have him on Instagram.
Or do you just don't normally do the videos? Dirt 405 has his own channel. He does a bunch of really cool videos. I don't know if he does any live stuff. I'd love to hop in there though if he does.
has a bunch of
Floor.
A stuff.
What?
Does he do flooring?
No.
This is serious.
Dirt
question.
No,
floor
dirt
fab
floor
is
fab,
like, is
like,
like,
it's like-
what's on the ground where he does like his fab work.
Yeah, like,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
I could
I
probably
like
go to.
watching those videos too, like when people redo houses
Well, here,
and stuff.
let me grab a comment real quick, and then I'll show you his site real quick. Actually, everybody else.
Dude, that Chris Farley dude or whatever dude just sent me so many memes.
Chris Farley over here memeing it up. What is that? Flow job is better than no job. Pays pretty good too, I guess. No, yeah. After the live stream, I don't want everybody to fucking like run away right now. But after the live stream, head on over to Dirt Floor Fab and have a look at his channel. He's got some cool stuff over there. It's cool. Let's see.
Fuck, I need to go charge my phone.
Chris said, "Oh man, I missed a bunch." Carlos said, "Glad you survived the tornado. Good night, guys."
Dude.
I know it was so scary.
Story time.
No, Hayden almost peed himself.
Story time. The tornado didn't touch down near Hayden.
Yeah, we were like driving in town, and Tanya looks out in the distance and was like, "It kind of looks like a tornado, huh?"
Yeah.
Didn't even hesitate.
Yeah,
We
I
just
called
kept
them.
driving.
I called them and they're like, oh yeah, we saw one on our way up. I'm like,
Yeah, yeah,
what's wrong with you guys?
Kept driving towards it.
yeah. It'll get out
We
of the
got
way.
shit to do.
Yeah, we got live streams to do and super chats to have. It's so awesome, dude.
I was talking about finishing.
I really do appreciate that, Dirt Floor Fab. I wish I actually knew your name so I didn't have to keep saying Dirt Floor Fab, but I guess that's a good thing because then people go to your channel too. What else we got here? Jake said, having a favorite car is impossible for me personally. I like them all except stance cars. Those bother me.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
there's a special place in hell for somebody that just destroys a perfectly good car by stancing the shit out of it and not able to go over a pebble.
Yeah, I get annoyed when I gotta go over speed bumps slow and my shit's not even low.
Yeah.
It's annoying. Or like having to slow down
I
for
can't
bumps.
believe how close the Falcon shit is to the ground, and it does not touch over anything.
I
It's hilarious.
could have sworn we had smacked it, but I guess we didn't.
Got to
so-
donate to support the channels that you like. No live yet. Got to get a router once the concrete and insulation in the barn. Dang, you getting concrete now? Oh man, you're not gonna have to change the name, are you?
Call it concrete rehab.
Oh man, that's awesome, dude. I really appreciate it, and I completely agree. That's awesome. Let's see, showing the love all the way from Buffalo.
Buffalo.
Yep, New York. Buffalo, New York.
Oh yeah, that's from the Big Daddy movie. Or what's that one? The one with Adam Sandler?
Yeah, that's Big Daddy.
that-
Is
okay.
it Big Daddy?
I don't
Get your ass.
Away.
Love what you guys are doing. Keep it up, bro. I appreciate it, sir. Thanks for hanging out with us for a while. Let's see. Justin Muggs just said your name, Hayden. Oh, then somebody said, any New Yorkers in here? Yeah, there was one just above you, literally the next comment.
Buffalo. I didn't like New York.
That is New
all
York,
much.
right?
You went to New York?
I just
Yeah.
drove
I
through.
want to go to New York.
I didn't think it was that cool.
I feel like I'd like the architecture.
It's cool, but people are friggin' rude there. It's like a different style of people. But it's also like, went from like
I think it's a misinterpretation.
one part of the spectrum to like the whole other side, because like you're from the Midwest and Iowa
Yeah.
to New York, like dude, everybody's an asshole.
Yeah.
But it's just how they are up there. Like literally the cops were even rude to us.
My-
They laughed at us.
Yeah, my experience on the East Coast was a lot like that. The people are just different, but
Yeah.
they're all really, really nice.
They're nice, but it's just a different style.
Yeah.
There's
Well,
some
that's
harder
like kinda
people.
we
They're
are.
like harder. They're like more shit like.
But it's similar to how we talk to each other, where
Well, yeah,
you
but
know,
we're
we
friends.
basically talk shit to. I know, but
Yeah,
they do it to
but
complete
they do it to
stranger.
fucking
I feel like I would
strangers.
fit
Yeah.
in.
Yeah,
And then they'll be like, hey, you want to go get a coffee?
Except you mean it. You're actually like kind of mean.
No, I'm not.
Rip.
No, she's nice. She's all right. Thoughts on 350Z HR? I don't know what that means. 350Z HR.
We're noobs.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. Fuck Dirt
Human-
Floor Fab.
Human
Oh, man.
resource.
Jake said RX-7 over Super for me. Even GTR
First gen?
over Super. Wait, yeah, which RX-7?
What RX-7?
A lot of people when they compare it to the
The
Super,
FD?
they're talking about FD.
Fuck them. First center, get out.
GTR over Supra. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Wait, which GTR? That's it.
So
or which
confusing,
Skyline or GTR? We get an RX-7 burnouts in the shop. Shit, you got everything welded up in there? We gonna crank this
Do you
bitch?
think you can spin your hand fast enough to do burnout?
We can maybe connect
spin
it to the Falcon wheel.
Dude, we gotta do that for a video. Like flip the rear end around.
Dual burnout? Wait, what are you talking about? Flip the rear end.
Like just like flip the fucking bar so the drive shaft comes out this way. Make a long ass drive shaft and like hook the fucking
I was like, what? What the hell are you talking about? Oh, I got you.
hook the drive shaft up to the other motor
Oh, there we go. We can do that.
or engine.
Let's make it happen. No, probably not. I don't think. What do you got left on that thing anyway? What do you got to do? Fuel system?
A lot.
I mean, a lot. You said it wasn't much.
It's a decent amount of work. All the sheet metal back there.
I don't give about that. That's not critical.
Oh,
I mean, running
to do a
critical. Ready to
burnout?
go. Yeah.
fuck, we could probably hook a drive shaft up to it and then just put the turbo setup back
I got
on
all
it
the
and then
rear end
start.
stuff welded up.
Yeah.
all done?
The bars are all welded.
So then, okay. So then we're redoing the fuel system. That was one thing that you wanted to do.
It had no fuel system before. All had the stock tank, so we got to mount the fuel cell, run the fuel lines,
Run fuel lines.
do the rear brake lines. That's easy.
Zip pump.
Yeah, the pump. Put the turbo setup back on it.
That doesn't seem like a whole lot, does it?
Well, I'm gonna redo some of it, so yeah. I'm gonna redo some of the turbo setup, but yeah. Just some of the.
Just try it first. Just try it. Let's see here.
Yeah.
Chris, what is your daily? Oh, he's asking. Blah blah blah. Brennan Gallagher said, "Did you see the special edition 380Z twin turbo Nissan?" Oh, maybe that's what he's talking about. Somebody kept saying 350Z HR turbo. I didn't know what that was
not.
talking about. I have not, but that sounds freaking awesome.
But
That
how
sounds
fast
pretty
is
cool.
it?
I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully, it's a decent platform, so it gets modified. How much super chat do I gotta donate for Wyatt's nudes?
Dude, we can discuss that.
You got some nudes?
Some of them, yeah.
Oh man.
Oh.
No, I don't. Why would I
I was
have?
gonna I
No,
don't
okay.
know. I would think
I
you
do
might.
have-
What are you talking about?
I
Every
wouldn't
time you
call
whip
them
the camera in
nudes.
his direction, you get an accidental nude because
Yeah.
his butt crack's hanging
So
out.
ass crack like doesn't go for much, but I got one
Yeah.
with picture of him modeling on my RX-7, and he may or may not have a piece of his body sticking out of his shorts.
Like his balls.
Oh, his
Yeah.
balls hanging out.
Yeah, he has a
Oh,
big old nut just hanging out his short.
I don't know. We could work out a deal though.
What were
He
you
doesn't
guys-
want anybody to see it though. He gets all hurt when I tell people I'm gonna show him.
Oh
Yeah,
God, I totally
That's
want to see
hilarious.
it now.
it's fucking hilarious.
Is it like
Let me go
what?
grab
So it got
I
like.
just
old,
imagine his
is it
like.
old man or is it like chewing gum? Or
Is
like
he
what-
on top of your car and the ball touched it?
His nuts are actually pretty big. He's got a pretty big nut.
I don't want to see his balls.
Isn't
Let's
that
see.
weird? Like it's something so weird. It's like, do I want to see it?
I don't.
I want to see it.
Yes, that is weird.
That's not weird.
Hayden, that's only
It's
the
just-
tip of the iceberg of my memes, man.
Dude, that
Chris
was
gonna
already
send
a
you some
whole
more
bunch
memes.
of them.
Fox Body best.
Dude, let me find
Fox
this.
Body's pretty good at what it does. Fox Body's a good platform.
They're so ugly.
But yeah, she don't like them because she thinks they're ugly. But as far as function goes, I mean, dude, you as soon as you say street class must have stock rear suspension, Fox Body, Fox Body, Fox Body, Fox Body.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
every single one of them because that's as close as you get to a factory 4-link. I mean, it is a factory 4-link, just triangulating. I need some water.
Yeah,
Did you get more waters?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't stop at Costco at all.
All the RX-7s over all the stuffs, all of them. Nice. Yeah, I'm a fan. I'd rather. Oh my god. Dude.
So fucking funny.
Hey,
Not too.
I want to look at that.
He dented the fuck out of my grill area too, cause like it's just really thin little webbing like vents right there. And I was
Oh
all,
my
dude, what the
God.
hell?
I've been scarred for life. Not really. That's hilarious.
Oh shit, it's such a good one, dude. I got, dude, he gets so.
Did he like
We're gonna sell.
purposefully let it
We're
hang
gonna
out?
make. We're gonna make more money off.
Did he
Of,
purposefully let it hang
Dude,
out?
he always, dude, we have so many videos where like, he used to like, dude, we used to do these little skits. In there, he'd like fucking grab his pants and like hike them all the way up so both his nuts were like split apart the middle. And he'd turn around and he's like, what you doing over there? Charlie has a whole bunch of them. Watch, I'll have Charlie send me a whole bunch
Oh
of
my
them.
god.
Let me
Let's
Snapchat
see.
Charlie.
Foxwood Best. What's up from Houston? What's up, man? Oh yeah, watching from South Korea. Oh, no shit. Martin Pierce is out in South Korea. What time is it out there? Chris Farley smiled. Yes. Is that the good one?
What? Who did it?
This is the dude who's out in South Korea, and she goes, "Is that the good one?"
Oh, I don't know. Is that? Yeah, North Korea's the bad one.
Oh man.
North Korea's the bad one, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you guys are fucking hilarious. Demonetized. All RX-7s. Oh no, you already said that. I have a soft spot for FBs though. My grandpa had one. It was the first manual transmission car I drove. Nice.
Show 'em mine.
Dude, oh yeah, you'll see it. He's gonna do a video of it soon. I thought yours is a B?
That's an FB.
It is an FB?
FB
Okay,
is
yeah.
first gen.
Well, he's got a cool one that has a LS.
All black interior in it too.
It is really clean too for its age. It's pretty insane.
I bought it up in Minnesota
Yeah.
with 110,000
Surprising.
miles on it.
Surprising that in Minnesota too it
For
survived. the way it did.
$1,900.
It's crazy.
So cheap.
Yep. Johnny HCF says, can the back of the Falcon, wait, what? Connect, back in the Falcon, okay, see which one pulls, doing a freaking, chain the back of the Falcon and the RX-7 together and do a burnout, see which one pulls harder. Well, right now, between the two tires, the RX-7 is just gonna drag the Falcon around.
Well, the Falcon would probably win, no, because it's got higher gears.
So how much are we talking here? I told you, we'll work out a deal. To be honest with you, I'll make more money off of Wyatt not wanting for me to send him out.
Yeah,
apparently.
Wyatt would probably send us. Nah, he won't give a shit.
Oh, okay.
I told him I was gonna post it up and just put a smiley face over his face, and he was like, "Fucking do it."
Oh my god.
Dude, he does not care. He shows his nuts to everybody.
really
Yeah, I
big-
know. I don't see why he
It's
would
a
care.
really big ball.
The ball.
Yeah, he's got one that's big, I think. Dude, you guys ever seen this? Oh, I don't think I've ever showed you guys this.
I don't want to see any more of Wyatt's body parts.
Shut the fuck
I
up.
really
It's
don't.
not Wyatt's. This is someone else.
I don't want to see other people's body parts either.
You pussy. This is a cool though. This is like a
Whose
freak of
is
nature.
this?
The dude I went to school with.
This dude with a freak. Oh man.
Have you seen it?
Scared of a baby tornado, and you're telling me I'm a
Dude, have you
sissy
seen
'cause
this
I don't
one?
want to look at
Have
someone's
I
dick.
don't think I've shown you. No, it's
Like
not his
your-
dick.
Yourself. Oh my god!
I told you want to see that
What
shit.
is wrong with it? I think that's actually.
No, so he had a hernia that would like
Oh, okay.
drain into it. And so like, he had to go get it drained.
Oh my god.
All the
That's
time.
hilarious.
Dude, he showed this to my English teacher too. Shout out to Mrs. Tays.
That's weird. Oh my gosh, she's watching. Look.
No, she definitely not watching. Dude, I want to show them so bad. This is so funny.
Let's see. So how much are we talking here? Elite Thai boxing from Brazil. What's up? Is Thick Boy pricey or what? Yup. I'll be honest with you. It was a pretty good pose. I mean, probably should go
Oh,
for some
Wyatt?
money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should put him on a calendar.
It was. You know what? That is a calendar pose for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
He's definitely hotter than most girls I've seen.
Dude, this is my
Just
one
that
really
ball
big
sticking
fat
out.
friend. This is what he'd do in the shower every day.
Oh my
Dude, his
god.
butt looks so tiny because his lip
Dude,
muscles are
this
so
is the
large.
dude I was telling you. Is like fucking two would fucking ruin
guy
his
with the big
toilet every
poops?
time. Yeah.
It's weird when Wyatt's not doing it. What? Wait, what? It's weird when it's not Wyatt doing it.
Dude,
I
these
think I
kids
speak
are-
for the majority when I say we don't want to see Wyatt's balls. I agree.
Pussies.
Hoes be thirsty. Why are you so thirsty, babe?
I'm not thirsty.
Looking at people's nuts and
I
stuff.
just said his nuts were bigger than yours.
Rip.
Oh no. Let's see. I missed Charlie's toes. Does he have
Oh, it's
interesting
because
toes?
of his flip flops. He'd always wear flip flops.
Oh damn! Out in South Korea, it's 1 p.m. Saturday.
Holy shit.
That is a long way away.
What time is it here?
High performance HVAC.
Oh, that's
What's
Saturday.
up? I saw the pic of Hayden's. Looks clean. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, I thought we were talking about nuts. I'm all wet. Oh, my RX-7, yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty clean.
Afternoon. Yes, North Korea is the bad one.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious. It's 1 a.m. in Canada. Oh, I guess yeah. Oh man, you're way over there then, huh? Crazy, crazy. Oh, that's so funny. Oh, here we go. eBay 3582 or 6266. It's
eBay.
basically 3582, I believe. The Falcon does rip, dude. George D. Or, yeah, if it's George Jorge, I don't know. It does. It's a blast. I really like that car.
It doesn't feel super
I'm in the
fast,
east
but it
coast of
feels
Canada,
fun.
past where your east coast ends. Oh, so you're way, way east. It's 3 p.m. in Australia. Is that
My
Saturday?
water, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you're on an island. Shit, I didn't know there were islands off of Canada. That's crazy. Can we see Hayden's balls? I mean,
No,
I don't want to see Hayden's.
I don't want to show my
how
nuts.
much you want?
How much money are we talking though first?
Right?
You
Exactly.
can't deny
There's
it
a price.
until you ask what the offer is,
Everyone has a price
right?
for anything.
How much dinero? And I need all of it up front.
Deals can be worked. I'm gonna grab a water.
Oh shit.
Thirsty.
Thirsty to see Hayden's balls?
Oh yeah.
Hey. What TIG setup are you using nowadays? Still the same one. Still the Lincoln Square Wave 200. I was supposed to get a Fronius welder, and they were supposed to send me one, and they said they were going to send me one January 1st, and they never did, so shout out to them.
Weren't you supposed to go out there?
Well, they wanted me to come out there, but they didn't say I had to, and they wanted me to drive and have me pay for all the expenses and everything, and I was just like, yeah, I'm not doing that, I'm too busy. So I didn't go out there. But I still don't really care, to be honest. What is that?
I don't know. Finally gonna open up the part. We got a bunch
Oh,
of stuff in the
shit.
mail because everything was delayed.
What is
because
the
of
deal with
storm
the
other
RX-7?
weekend. You know that phone is still unlocked.
Hayden's balls shaped like turbos? What?
No, what?
Falcon just needs to be white? I don't know, I think the Falcon would look pretty cool white. I don't know though, red is... I don't know.
I think red.
I think red is its color.
Yeah.
Red's its color for sure.
I
Red's
can't
definitely
picture
its
it
color.
white.
Can't picture it any other color.
Yeah, cause like, I don't know though, white and chrome looks good. In peso? Shit. We need real US dollars. What's the deal with the RX-7? What does it need to get going? In time? I have the majority of the parts minus the pump. But,
So, the original plan of doing these live streams was until we were just going to do streams like we're doing right now until he got everything out that he needed to get out, which I guess the Falcon is the last little trailing thing to get out.
Yep.
And then we were going to work on the RX-7 on these evenings, with you guys. So just bullshit with you guys like normal, but also, working on the RX-7.
well, so that's another thing too, is what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set aside like, either, like in the morning, come and do just like a little bit of work until like 10 or 11, and then the rest of the day until you guys get up here, work on the RX-7 every Friday. And then plus obviously work on it somewhat during the week too, but like give like almost a full day on Fridays to just work on the RX-7.
Oh, okay. Well then, in that case, we'll just go over what he did, because at that point, there's no reason to continue working on the RX-7 if you were working on it all day.
Yeah.
So, okay. So we'll change it to
So
that.
way
It'll be
I-
like RX-7 update, combined with the live session.
That way I actually like hold myself to like do it and like take a day off.
He's got like a whole 2 days worth of work before it's burnout capable, so it'll be like 2 Fridays and he's good to go.
Shit. If we want to get pelted by rocks, I'm down.
I'm down. Put a helmet on.
We just gotta do something about the rear glass, because if it breaks, I'll probably cry.
Legitimate concern. You're right. I wasn't thinking about that.
I would probably cry.
We'll rig up something.
What is it in there?
Oh, yeah. That's that thing that tracks make us buy because they're a bunch of not the tracks. The tracks aren't a bunch of con artists, but I'm sorry, SFI is a racket. The
Really?
pulley.
It's a great pulley and then the bolt. that
Oh, you
goes in
didn't
it.
end up ordering one then?
Yeah, it wasn't that expensive.
It was well, yeah. So it was more expensive than the car ones. The car one I could have gotten for $170, but the truck one, I don't know why. They only offered it in an underdriven setup, so it also came with a pulley to switch out for the alternator. So it was like $220 instead of $170. Yeah,
I
pissed
got
me
my
off.
map sensor.
But way cheaper.
So you
than-
could have just bought a car pulley and then just got all the spacing for a regular car setup.
Yeah. How does that seem less complicated? That seems more complicated.
Well, because
Because I
everything
have
you
a bracket
got.
set up for the alternator, so I'd have to replace that.
No, I know. But if we would have known that from the beginning, you could
Oh,
just
yeah,
order
yeah.
that alternator because you have the F
Yep.
body style covered pump.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, we weren't even gonna worry about this, but I didn't realize
Yeah,
that
I
it was,
didn't even understand. That cheap?
I thought
decently
I
priced.
thought they were 400.
The-
I thought they were
the
like
one-
380.
No, yeah,
I thought they were like 380, 400.
who's
That's
that
why I
com-
don't have one.
I know, who's that company that makes all of them?
Fluid dampener.
Yeah, but who's the company? That's not
Fluid
the company's
dampener.
name, is it?
Yeah,
Oh, okay, well,
pretty sure.
No, that's
Fluid
what-
Dynamics. Or no, something.
Fuck,
Do you
I don't
want
know,
one
but
or
you
not?
know the one that I'm talking about. That one is $450.
Dude, yes! Fucking dude, yes!
Do you want me to let Lucy out?
Oh my god.
Oh my god, dude.
Let Lucy out? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, the horrible dog owner is over here looking at these.
Whatever, just take the boys out.
Dude, there's so many, he has so many videos of it. Dude. You have to come fucking see this shit.
Oh, look at that shit right
No, it's not his nuts.
No, I don't care that I can't see it. It's just they can't see it, so it's confusing as shit. Okay, so that was the crank pulley one or the other
Yeah.
box? Here, I'll go grab the other box.
Both in my lap sensor.
You guys looking at the chat or no?
No, sir.
No, sorry. I was looking at what Charlie Snapchatted me.
Oh god.
What did they say?
Unboxing LMAO.
Is the RX tubbed? Yeah, so I cut everything. It's got like unibody frame rails in the rear, so I cut everything out basically, but minus those. So I got to do the tubs on it and the sheet metal work. And I got to add like some brackets to the 4-link stuff and whatnot. And I was going to leave just like a regular like panhard bar in it, but I'm going to end up switching to like a wishbone style. So that way, like no matter what ride height you set it to, the rear is always centered side to side. So
We got a
and I feel like it would be better. I think it'd be better for the street too, to be honest. Like actually like cruising it on the street. And like as far as like driving it goes, like it'll
I feel-
probably be better.
Yeah.
It's probably gonna feel better
I feel
and easier to set up.
I just feel safer about it. The diagonal bar, especially the one that I have in there in the truck, is pretty skimpy. So I worry about it a little bit, I guess. This one's gonna have a wishbone as well. We got one for the Civic.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you're fucking kill me. Speaking of pumps, how do you guys feel about? It's amazing how many comments in this.
Pumps. What about pumps?
It looked too much like Aaron Kaufman's if it was white. Aaron Kaufman has a Falcon? I didn't even realize that. Dude with a big old beard. Used to be on that one douchebags show. I can't remember his name. Yeah, some Discovery Channel guy.
Yep.
Falcon's color is awesome as is. I agree, it looks good. It wears its color well.
Yeah, for sure.
Had to turn you off for a minute. Damn Memphis DOT scale. You're driving again?
Solid.
Oh shit.
Well, I
that's
wonder
hilarious.
if that's what's that dude's name?
Jeremy Ware.
Jeremy. I don't know if it's that dude's name.
What's my water cup?
Oh yeah, he came in such a weird box.
Yeah. Dude, that pulley is so strange. It's like freaking
Okay.
huge.
Yeah, it's big but little at the same time.
Big as Hayden's ball. Shit. I'm down to pick up a 12-pack and turn some wrenches with y'all. Chris Ferrer said that.
Oh, are you local?
Is he in Colorado? Chris, are you in Colorado?
Dude, there's one dude I need to message back. He's just right down the street from me and like works at a hot rod shop and does like custom fab on hot rods. Said he'd come help me with my RX-7.
Oh, hell yeah. Maybe it'll actually get done. What's his name?
I'll have to message him back on Instagram, dude.
You know you fab stuff too, right?
Dude, or he might have messaged me on YouTube. I can't remember. He commented on something. I need to message him back. That would be actually pretty cool.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Speaking of pumps, how do you guys feel about one big, say, 4301 versus two 450s as far as pump failing and not knowing and blowing up a motor? Well, you pretty much answered it.
43.
Chris, Chris is not a dummy.
Yeah.
Chris asks good questions.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I feel like you already know the answer to that.
Yeah.
Or I guess it's an opinion. So
Two pumps
I think-
sounds like a good idea. It sounds simple until then you think about it. If one does fail, it's kind of shitty.
It does. So, I mean, it also puts a lot of
Sketchy.
it makes you depend on your management to be really fast about correction, because the problem when one pump fails is that they're still providing enough fuel to keep the motor running, but it takes away so much volume that your
Yeah.
ECU is used to seeing that, yeah, you can
So
go
it's
lean and blow your
compensating
shit
a
up.
bunch of shit.
Yeah. I'm not
Well, that's the
a
thing
huge
too,
fan.
is the pumps
as time goes on, they just always start to lose flow, no matter what you do.
Yeah.
So as you start using it, it just always gets worse and worse.
Yeah, that's any pump, but particularly the 450s. I would always used to tell, or not 450s, but like 255s, the Walbros in
Yeah.
general. I used to always tell everybody
About a
that
year
like
or
a
two.
Walbro 255 or 450, treat it as an expendable item, just one per season.
Yeah.
They're that inexpensive. I mean, they're not cheap. I'm not saying that like that amount of money is not that it's like change or anything, but it's a lot less money than your motor. And
Yeah.
especially the people that don't tune their own cars, they take it to a tuner. Let's say the pump is brand new when you take it to them. It will never have that fuel volume again. It'll consistently get less and less and less. And so if you don't have an ECU that's compensating as it goes, you might, over time, you might run into some trouble. So I use them as expendable items. Same with O2 sensors.
Yeah.
As much as your ECU uses the O2 signal, if you have it using it for closed loop feedback and stuff, O2 sensor, same thing. I don't care if it's not broken. Keep it aside as a spare if you know that it's good, but get a new one in there so that you can always trust your O2 signal. Let's see.
Look at them Pro Mod from 94s.
Huh? You said what?
Dude, the Pro Mod 94s.
Look at them Pro Mod 94s. I know.
They're like,
Big old things.
dude, the wheel is probably as big as like the outlet on the, or the inlet on the compressor housing.
Yeah.
Probably like a 4-inch wheel. No, 96
They are
millimeters.
freaking huge.
Dude, yeah, wait, 96 millimeters, like almost 3 inches, I think.
Is there I'm out. It's 12 in the damn morning and I'm fucking tired. Much love from VA. All right, man. Have a good night. / morning.
Over on the East Coast.
Buy some Murdoch's trailer fenders for the RX-7.
I messed up my fender already.
Unboxing. Yep, we're doing some unboxing stuff. Might have to extend.
All the way down there.
She's probably following where he went or something.
She wasn't ready.
Oh, no, she's like,
She just wasn't ready to come back in. Why didn't you leave her?
What the fuck? Damn, dog.
well, 'cause she was out there for a while.
Might have to extend the middles, but easy tubs. On yours,
The
maybe?
middles?
I don't know.
I cut the whole middle part out of it. I cut everything.
Yeah, you'll see in the videos. You guys,
I mean, I just thought there's no reason to have anything extra in the middle. Like, I might as well chop it out.
yeah, especially if depending on like where the stance is going to be, how much up and down it has to go. I mean, that's a perfect example. Our shit's like in the freaking car.
Yeah.
Let's see. Is the Civic single turbo? No. So that was actually one of the things that we talked about earlier today. It was originally planned as being single turbo, but it is going to be twin turbo now. We're going to try to keep everything under the hood, and it was just a little bit too difficult to do the single under the hood. I'm down to bring a. Oh, I already read that shit. Wow. Why did I go up that hard? Is that fine? Might have to extend the middles. Here we go. Truck garbage for life. That's what I'm talking about. Charlie came in clutch. I don't know what that means.
Dude, I already read those comments.
You didn't read it. Basically the rear. Basically the. Oh no, yeah, you talked about that one. Okay. Trying to help you guys have something good to talk about. Yeah, no, you always have good questions. I figured that was the case. Because, you could kind of tell what your opinion was already, by the question. I got my semi-final back Sunday. Had it rebuilt new head and turbo. See, and I'm okay that it's hard to read your message because you're driving. So pay attention. New turbos, 50 PSI, can't wait, been 5 months in Davenport, Iowa. I guess that's where he's from.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that dude. I made this MR2 manifold for this dude that drives truck, and he was like messaging me while he was driving. I was like, dude, I was like, just message me later. I was like, you're driving a big ass semi.
That might be him. Whoa, wait, head and oh no, and 2 new turbos. Okay.
No.
So maybe he was saying number 2.
No.
That is cool. That's what fucking Tiny said. Look at them Pro Mod 94.
Oh.
Doesn't matter what turbo I put on there. You guys are gonna say that it's some big thing, and then you're gonna say that she makes 1,500 horsepower. She's got twin 61s on there. Clearly makes 1,500 horsepower. Maybe 2,000 actually. Probably 2,000. Hey, Dominic's in here.
Liam makes
Derek, I'm
1300.
ready and willing to help turn wrenches. You know I like doing the challenging swaps. Yup. So Dom has
Is that Dom Dom?
yeah. Was it E46? Was it E46s? Yeah, I think it's an E46. Correct me if I'm wrong, Dom.
BMWs.
E46 M3 with a 2J swap.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's super cool. Manual transmission.
Facts.
Dude, it is a blast. What did we make? We ended up making like 600 or something on it, but then it kept
That's
like
bad.
pulling off a coupler because like he had stock mounts or
I know a
soft
guy.
mounts in there, and it was like once we started actually making some power, it was rolling the motor and it was pulling a coupler off. So we just kept popping that freaking coupler off, and it's gonna eventually hurt the motor.
I know a
Or,
guy.
Dude,
hurt
is
the
Dom
turbo.
ever in town?
Dude, I don't know. Dom's like a workaholic, so dude. But hey, you're always welcome. We're here every weekend. If you want to come over and do some wrenching, by all means, come on by. We don't have a lift, unfortunately, so it is pretty low for you. But that was a tall joke. He didn't really like him that much.
Because like over here you see
Yeah,
the
E46
dwarfs.
M3 made 602. Then we need to turn that sucker up. Is what we need to do.
It's fun. I got a ride in it when you were out.
Ah,
at
did
the
you?
water again.
Oh man, I wanted to ride in it. I think it's fun. I
Is
drove
it
it on the
fun?
dyno, but man, it's,
Autocross course or whatever.
oh
Time
really?
attack.
Oh man,
And that'd be fun.
bastards. Let's see. Just got back with a parts car for my Baja dog. It's 12:20 here in Michigan. Oh, you're in Michigan. Oh wow, I read that completely wrong. I thought I was watching your video. I thought you were from somewhere else.
Good
From
for
the
fun?
Midwest. Yeah. Michigan.
That's where my truck's from.
American taxpayers.
So rough it
Screw
out.
you guys. Let's see. Is Wyatt's nut bigger than or equal to the size? Wait, equal size to his truck. This truck's not very big, actually. I mean, as far as trucks go.
No.
Yeah. I'd say bigger.
Yeah. He used to have it all
Peace from
spaced out.
Australia. That's more than one Australia person. That's crazy.
Dude, that's crazy.
It's interesting.
It'd be cool to go to Australia, but then at the same time, it's like dude, it's such a long
Afraid
flight.
of the spiders.
Dude, it's such a long
Big ass
flight.
Yeah.
spiders.
Y'all got some gnarly spiders.
Dude, you guys see the
Very
thing on
scared of.
Facebook where it's like
The little
Australian license plate and there's a spider on the back of this dude's car
Oh, and it
and it
goes
crawls
inside?
inside. They're like, that's enough of Australia for today.
Yeah. There was another video where it's like a sack of spiders,
Oh,
like baby
fuck
ones
that
coming
shit.
out, and then they looked up and it was a giant ass fucking spider right there.
Screw that shit.
Nope, won't go to Australia. I'm sorry.
So I just thought that was a funny thing because we were just talking about that, how you're afraid of all the animals there. And it's just this dude driving in traffic and it just like goes in his back hatch glass. It's just this huge ass spider. It looks scary as shit.
Just like slips
Yeah.
in.
Nope.
It just disappears.
I don't like it. Don't like it. Hayden, are you gonna film troubleshooting the Falcon?
Yes, it's gonna be a video next week, hopefully.
Full of frustration.
Yeah. Well, I had recorded a whole bunch of stuff, and I was pissed off, and I just ended up using it and refilmed it today, and it was a lot more mild. So
Yeah, he had
It
to,
was-
he had
it
to
was
censor
better.
himself.
yeah, it was a better idea.
It was. Dude, it's gonna be something stupid and simple, and you get it over with. Schedule for the dyno on Friday, and be done.
Yeah,
We're going to the dino this Friday.
What?
It's coming Friday.
maybe.
Oh, I don't know if he gets it done. Maybe get that shit done. I want it too.
I got shit I gotta do.
What?
Manifolds.
You gonna finish the car that's almost done?
Yeah, but I gotta do 2 manifolds first.
Jesus.
One's almost done.
Get to work.
You know, I get some money for that thing too.
The other one's halfway done.
That's my motivation as well.
Oh,
Put
yeah.
in work on it. I want to complete it.
Well, same. I gotta get paid on it too.
Mm-hmm. You got the RX-7 sitting there just begging for your money.
Fuck that thing. That thing's a greedy bitch.
Yeah, they are. Slapped my 94 S4 on the dyno yesterday. Made 594. Damn,
Damn, that's a pretty fun car. Those cars are fun.
that does sound like a good time. How much do that S4s weigh?
They're pretty heavy.
Chris
Probably
Farley
33,
says
35.
Hayden was worried about busting out his rear window because he cut everything out of his rear. Tell him Murdoch sells half tire fenders for trailers that are steel. They would be easy to fab
This
into.
dude knows
Oh, no,
too
he's-
much. He can't be allowed in the chat no more.
He's got you got all that material over there, so you're good to go.
That's what I'm saying. We can put the tubs on it. Really, I don't think the tubs are gonna take all that long. The tubs will probably take me half a day.
And that'll be the majority of shit that gets flung around as long as it's right over top. But you're talking about tinning in the rest of the floor that you took out and
Yeah,
stuff.
I'm not worried about that unless the drive shaft comes flying off.
I ain't worried about
Don't
that.
worry about that. Oh, you didn't get an axle loop, did you?
No.
We do need to get one for, or drive shaft loop, I mean.
Did you put the
We
axles
do
in
need
the
to get
front?
one for you. Yes, I did.
Okay.
We got axles, so we're not gonna be all loosey-goosey wheel bearings anymore. See
Oh,
that in the video?
damn.
Yeah, I'm wondering how we're gonna do that. I can get the
Damn.
outers off and it's gonna be like really messy, so I'll probably do it outside. but
Probably have the
Put it in
machinist
the fucking,
just chuck them up in the lathe and fucking turn them down.
think so?
Or have him figure out a way to chop them, or we can chop them in the bandsaw.
I was gonna say, I was just gonna let it go in the bandsaw.
Yeah, we could chop them in the bandsaw and then have him cut down the rest if we want him to.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we can do that for later. I just want something that, we need something in there.
Dude.
So we can put it in the bandsaw. so we
It's
can
such a
keep it in.
bad, like, Cletus fucked up his cam bearings, and then my machinist, I went over there to get a flange made, and he's like, dude, he's like, I pulled a Cletus with my motor, and like, his whole cam bearing was just stuck to his cam. It's so bad. And it was a fresh motor too.
Ouch.
Not fresh motor, but like, he didn't change out the cam bearings.
Mhm.
He changed out like the lifters and like did a whole bunch of shit to it and like shimmed the pump and put a new chain on, all kinds of shit, put a nice cam in it, did the heads. He was fucking pissed.
It does suck. We'll be good, because she didn't look at him.
He didn't look at his either when he changed his cam.
Yeah, of course he looked at it. Pulled it right out. It was like, ah!
No, no, it was
I
fine.
know,
He
I'm
put the
just kidding.
yeah, he put the yeah. He was also on like a sloppy tune though, on like a twin turbo setup, so it's just like a pre-made tune.
Yeah. I don't
So it
think
could
any
be
of that
tune
matters,
related.
though. What, cam bearing? Or, oh, you think the motor failed and,
Yeah,
like,
probably took the cam bearing out. No, I don't know. It don't matter.
I mean, I guess if you broke the oil pump or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
What are you doing? Let's see. Chevy could tin the whole rear in half a day. See, that's what I'm talking about. Come on over. Wait, Chris Farley, did you say that you, no. Yeah, did you say you're local?
Yeah, does he live in Colorado? I wonder if he does.
Yeah, this motherfucker takes naps in the daytime. We could use some help.
Shit.
Let's see. The
I'm
Civic
gonna
is
see.
going to be one sketchy thing to make it go straight down the quarter mile.
Should go pretty straight.
I don't think so. I think it'll go very straight. We'll be all right.
Probably more sketchy trying to turn it fast
Well,
and go straight.
it'd probably be better to turn than my truck.
Yeah.
It's not that hard to turn.
What? No, it's like bad things will happen if you try to turn it very fast. It gets very sloppy. Like if you're on the throttle and you're turning and then you let out the throttle, dude, that bitch turns like a totally different direction.
What the hell?
Yeah, like it'll be fine, and then when you let out, it'll just understeer like a son of a bitch, or vice
Really?
versa. Yeah,
Okay, the load all changes all weird.
it's no good.
Weird.
Let's see what else. Just do the tubs out of 16 gauge sheet steel. Yeah, no, he's got material.
I think
for
that's what
He's
it. I don't know though. It's really thin, but it should be okay.
Yeah,
It's whatever like the Jags kits online is like measured for them, and it should be good. I just gotta like clean up some of the inner fender still with like an angle grinder and take off some more of the material before I do it. But
yeah, we're gonna do the same thing with this one. A bunch of cleanup and shit.
yeah, but like mine was like a dual fender setup, like is the outer fender and then like another one that came in inside of it.
Oh, okay.
So like I couldn't like cut it. Like I messed this fender up all bad and like bubbled the paint in one spot on the outside of it because it got hot.
You bastard.
I know.
Let's see.
This poor RX-7 dude.
The turbos up the hood last winter with no heat in the RX-7 was great.
I'm sure he still remembers that video.
Yup. Let's see. Oh, thumbs up on your manifolds. You do good work. Nice. Oh, Chris is in Parker.
Oh shit.
It's like an hour and a half. Not bad.
Yeah, it's not too bad. Closer than Colorado Springs, that's for sure. Anyway, all right. So yeah, same thing. So Dom, always welcome if you're still watching. I mean, Chris, it's up to Hayden really.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Send-
We'll have to get a hold of you.
Send me your resume.
Send me your resume.
No,
Send us news.
I'm just kidding. No, don't do that.
No, don't do that. Yeah.
You're about to get a whole bunch of fucking dick
I
pics,
know,
dude.
don't do that. Don't send any news. Plenty of rear steer and wheelie bars. No, we're not gonna do any wheelie bars. We should be fine with power control. We shouldn't need any wheelie bars.
No. It's actually not gonna probably make enough power.
And I don't. Yeah, we're not gonna make a
Have
whole
to
lot of
put new
power.
rear
I doubt
steer
we're
in
gonna
it.
have to rear steer either. The truck gets out pretty damn good, and I think this one will get out even easier with the lack of weight I think we'll be fine.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna be an issue.
And your cars are all your bars are all just set up neutral, right? Like
Yeah.
there's no tension on it. Yeah.
I don't have any rear steer set up in mine. I don't have any tension on any of the bars. So yeah, and it goes straight as an arrow, back wheels or all four wheels. Damn! I nearly sent them nudes too. Oh, that's hilarious. All right, but anyway, I think we're gonna stop it there. Even though you guys are awesome and you're still hanging out, there's like 30 of you in here or something.
Damn.
But yeah, anyway, as usual, we're gonna get to work on the Civic. We got a lot of parts, and so we should be able to get some decent progress going. And yeah, text me when and where. So it's about shit. You show up tomorrow, Dom. Whatever you want to do. I'll message you the address. Can't wait to make a lick. Yeah, dude, we're pretty stoked too. So, what else? Before we go, get some good shit on the Civic.
Did you order the trans tunnel?
No, I have to reorder it.
Too much of shit.
Yeah, I ordered it and they didn't process it.
I thought that was a trans blanket.
Yeah. No. Oh yeah, both.
Oh, that was that one where you called.
Yeah, I had to call them and they were
PayPal
like,
declined
yeah,
it or something.
PayPal dicked me.
Damn PayPal. Dude,
Yeah. Anyway,
PayPal's crazy but weird at the same time.
it's pretty useful.
Well, I mean, they just approved me for like a $90-some thousand line of credit.
It's a trap.
Oh yeah, I know. I know it's a trap, but they like keep upping it for no reason.
Let's see. No, that's about it. Okay, I think we covered pretty much everything. So I don't know. Look out for the video next week. We're gonna continue to start posting them up on Thursdays, and then we'll do the live sessions as normal tonight. So if he gets enough done with the Falcon this week, which it sounds like he's not going to, then we'll do the live session at the Dyno next Friday. So we'll keep you updated on that. Just keep an eye on the page in the community section. I'll make posts and stuff. Or if you just go and click the notification bell, you should actually get a notification when I even make a post. So
I was gonna say, maybe next week we'll have the rear end too, or is Jeff?
oh, I don't know.
Not really. Okay.
No, I'm not really pushing him. He's got everything he needs.
Never mind.
Yeah, rear end is coming.
Soon-ish.
Yeah, Jeff's working on it.
Sometime.
Holy shit! I made it through another full session. I know, dude.
There you go.
Okay. God damn it! I keep answering questions, but and is the dyno going to be at PFI speed? No.
No.
It will be at DA
Fabworks.
Fabrications or DA Fabworks. I don't know, whatever it may be.
Whatever his name
David
actually
Arias. He
DA Fab.
has a dyno, and that's the one that we like to use. I like recent.
I like it a lot.
I prefer that dyno. All right, guys. We will see you next time. Thank you for hanging out with us.
Bye.
And Dirt
Felicia.
Floor Fab again. I don't know if he's still in here. Thank